I don't know if I remember how.
Welcome anyone listening, either now or when this becomes a VOD. This is dropping in mid-campaign of our Legend of Zelda campaign, using the Pathfinder system of Dungeons and Dragons. We have 5 intrepid heroes, 6 if you count our Scorpion Boy, and seeking to fulfill a prophecy, take down the baddies, and you bring peace to Hyrule once more. Our first character, starting off.
Hello, my name is Sarah Long. I play Jitsuko. I'm a Rito cleric, affectionately, unaffectionately known as Bird Mom.
Yay.
Because
It's affectionate.
I am Bird Mom of the group.
Hi, I'm Ilona. I play Koya, who is a Sheikah rogue with secrets.
Many.
And she's pretty decent at keeping them. Not the best, but like halfway decent. She's got the Sheikah slate of the group. And plenty of toys.
Hello, my name is Thomas. I'm playing Pokoro Nakazutrini. He is the Korok destined to save all of Hyrule. Don't ask where he got that information. He's just hit his 1-month-old milestone, and I'd say what class he is, but he doesn't really know what class he is. He is a sorcerer, but I play him as everything but. And he's the group's kind of like.
He's the child.
Yeah. He's the child.
He's the child for the Bird Mom.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Alexis. I'm playing Sierra Drassi. She is a Twilight Hunter sent here to Hyrule under false pretenses and is trying to figure some stuff out.
Hey, I'm Court. I'm playing Umara, Zora fighter, regent to the throne, and ready to throw down at any given second.
With any given object.
Not untrue.
And Dax is a fabulous DM.
To bring the individuals up to speed, party started out in Castletown before the first blood moon, and when the blood moon hit, a bunch of skeleton monsters showed up and made life a living heck for everyone. And they evacuated Castletown successfully, moving every living inhabitant that was still there into Kakariko Village. Party then stopped in the ranch for a bit, had to defend that from a skeleton attack, before choosing of the 3 locations that the prophecy told them to go to, of the headwater, the mountain, or the forest, they chose to go to the lake, which is neither of those things. And we had to proceed to write a location that was never meant to be in the game. But they did great, kind of. They successfully were able to purge Jabu Jabu up in the headwater of the Zorowana. They got to meet Prince Sidon, which, as far as anyone who's played Breath of the Wild knows that name. They then went to the forest, where sadly they were not able to save the Deku Tree from his untimely demise, replaced by the Meku Tree sprout, given that this is actually a fusion of pretty much anything Zelda related except Zelda Monopoly or Tingle.
Yes.
It's a fusion of. So it's pulling Great Deku Tree from Ocarina of Time and Meku Tree from Oracle of Ages. They then proceeded to trek up Death Mountain, where they found out that, oh crud, the Gorons actually did not have the Goron's Ruby, and they had to then travel to the Hebra region, which is getting attached to, mostly we're working off of Ocarina of Time's map, and do a heck of a lot of stuff involving like Breath of the Wild shrines and boss battles, and they threw in Medley and Komali from Wind Waker because they're such adorable characters. So they finished all of the things except for one, but it's just a shooting range, so they pretty much did all of the story things. And last we left them, they had turned their backs on the Hebra region and were walking away. The 4 of main party members dust off the old Nintendo 64.
Oh. I was like, wait, who are you?
It has been framed as a Nintendo 64 with online capabilities, and thus we've been playing with our best friend from across the
Who's not actually
way. Across the way.
And once upon a time we had Twitch interaction.
And we had Leto, the shitty fairy. Yep.
Controlled by Twitch, as it were.
Yes.
Not controlled by a friend of ours, Natalie. N64 internet.
So does that mean when we're doing this, it's Twitch Plays Lido?
Yes!
Oh,
I would be so down with chat integration for Lito.
Let's do his best to. We're gonna load file 2 always.
I'm just trying to do games.
I don't remember where the other ones
Hi, guys.
leave off.
The first 2 are the exact same space, and the third one is the Dakushin death cutscene.
That's right.
Yeah.
We're gonna make him replay at some point.
At the very end, yeah.
Well,
Cool. It does still. And this implies that it's morning, but it is definitely not morning. You guys have had pretty much a full day already, and you are effing done with the Hebra region, Rito Village, and whatever they end up calling it when they decide to name it.
it's called Rito, though.
Yes,
It's
that's
time.
what it's known as. It's Rito Village.
It's time to leave. And honestly, you guys pretty much can choose where you want to go from here.
My vote is Castletown. It's the one place we haven't been. It's the one place that we haven't really searched.
Not the one, because there is technically the Gerudo Desert.
We're not going to the desert until after we go to Castletown, so we can get the Sword of Time and go fight Ganondorf.
But we can't get the Sword of Time. We need the Ocarina and
Which is in Castletown.
and the other parts of the song.
Which are in Castletown.
All 3 of them?
I am nearly positive. That's how this works.
The dragons have them. That's what I wrote. I wrote Sonic Hero, part 1 of 4, dragons. All the dragons know one part of the song.
We're not about to go to the desert so we can go back to Castletown so we can go back to the deserts.
The best question is, where are the other dragons?
Oh, I didn't even know there were more dragons.
Okay.
Well, we know that one, the one that was in the Goron area is dead.
Yep.
So would there just be a record of the song still there somewhere, like inscribed on a wall?
I don't want to go back.
I think that we should do a vote and just go whichever one has the majority.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay, cool. The majority votes to make a majority vote. So,
Democracy.
how many votes for Castletown?
That's
Okay, that's the majority. 5.
That's how a majority works.
Thank you, Leo.
We get it.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't get a vote.
Oh, yes.
Your vote does not count, Leo.
Oh, it's like a half vote because she's a half person.
That's rude.
Then you're only like
The first
You're
time
only
she
like
showed up,
2/3
she
of a person,
suggested
Poco.
genocide. You have to be only half a person to suggest it.
it was a great idea.
No, it wasn't.
Terrible idea.
It's a horrid idea.
All the problems would have been solved. You would have followed my advice the
Nope,
first time.
nope.
God damn.
I think Castletown.
Castletown.
Yes,
Even,
Castletown.
even if we don't necessarily
Perhaps we can learn more about why the things are doing it.
Maybe we'll get
And
lucky
there
on
might be
purpose.
something in the Temple of Time that could point us towards the pieces.
Yes, that's what I was thinking.
Cool.
So I guess we're on.
As the discussion continues, you work your way down the mountain, which does take less time given you're going downhill. That's how gravity works. And you find yourself at Foothill Stable, where you see
The good boy.
You do have the good boy. He's definitely still there. Horses, yes, including
Jeff.
you got Jeff, who's the noble steed. Tex, Blia, Madarame, the other horses. You have
a couple of actual Hylians there, but who cares about the actual like human-esque things? And Buck the dog. He's such a good boy.
Buck the dog who led us with a cool ingredient.
Mm-hmm. You also have the shopkeeper, who kind of crouches in the corner with his gigantic backpack that has his apparently beetle horns looking apparatus sticking out the top, and his eyes light up when you guys come into visual range. Oh! Welcome to Beetle Shop. With many things.
Do you have new things?
You must have known. Beetle sent out an advertisement.
Oh,
Didn't think you'd get it so quickly.
We definitely did.
Brings down a little tray from the top, and on this tray he starts setting down a few items. Puts down a little vial of a greenish looking liquid. This is the stamina elixir. Makes you feel better when you're tired. Then there's the stealth elixir, which looks a little bit more purplish.
I wonder what that one does.
Fireproof elixir.
Why are you looking at me?
And then he places down a pendant that has beautiful butterfly wings and jewel encrusted, very gold looking.
Would you maybe call it a butterfly charm?
No, actually. But you get a feeling of happiness from looking at it. So maybe joy pendant might be the more appropriate.
It's been a minute.
More appropriate term for it.
I like it.
What are you searching for? Beetle has good elixirs. He made them by mixing together monster parts and insect parts and then boiling them and... Oh, you have good taste. Joy pendant. I've found these, not sure why some of the monsters had them, but I don't know how they found them, but I don't know. I'm offering them for about 20 rupees each. Only had 2 of them, unfortunately.
What do they do?
They give you joy!
They're nice to look at. I like them.
Alright.
Do you want to buy one?
I will think on it.
Oh, okay. Did you want the stealth elixir? Because that sounds.
No, I have no money. I'm good. You can take it.
That is a real life mood, actually.
How much is the stealth elixir?
Oh, your good taste. It is 35 for a single dose. It is, mechanically, it is a +4 stealth as a food boost, if you choose to drink it.
Cool. Can I have one of those?
He shakes it, listening.
Probably next.
Cashes in your 35 rupees payment.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you are now up to 25 rupees or 25 points in Beetle's good customer program.
Oh?
Mm-hmm.
What is...
If you save up enough, you can get a silver membership.
What is
that?
silver membership?
It's a secret.
Good things happen to you when you get silver membership.
How many do you have to save to? Points. The good points. How many?
Beetle needs to check his records. I do not want to give you the wrong number on that.
I was about to say, I don't think he knows.
Did you really need to go prop?
Not that one. It is only 475 left to go.
So it's 500. At
500.
And spending 35 rupees was 25 points.
Seems an unequal ratio.
Poco, you're really good at math for being a month
I
old.
haven't done any math yet. I've only said numbers.
He's already said more numbers than I have.
7, 18, 2 again.
Oh, Beetle can play this too. 13.
13.
13.
13.
13.
13.
26.
Oh my god.
13 is an unlucky number, I think.
Oh. 15.
Oh, that is how much for pendant?
No. Pendant is 20.
Oh.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but we kind of have places to be. Does anyone else want to buy anything?
Okay. I cash out 40 rupees and buy 2 joy pendants.
You've got 2 joy pendants.
I'm gonna wear one.
It's real pretty.
Does it jingle along with the bells inside of him when he moves?
Yes. He's the worst at discretion.
He doesn't need to be. He's the most precious of the group.
I also have a really high self bonus, so.
The 2 jingles cancel each other out.
Perfect clashing pitches. How many points do I get for that?
You're up to 35.
I'm confused as to how.
Poco, we've spent money here before.
No, but
We didn't get profiles on, did we?
no, we didn't.
He might have just not have told us.
Well,
You bought 3 things today. 5 points, 5 points, 5 points. You're 15 points, and the 20 points you had since last time.
Wait, so it's
So-
per item,
Okay.
not per price.
Do you have arrows?
digs around.
Why do we want this membership? What does it get us?
I don't know, but I'm
This is gambling at its finest, everyone. Alright, if you guys insist.
I'm just curious if there's not enough individual arrows.
They are sold in groups of 10.
Can I buy individual arrows?
Beetle thinks that you are trying to boost your point value. And Beetle accepts!
And so you buy a total of 10 individual arrows, which costs the exact same as the group of 10, and thus that will add an extra 40 points to your silver membership.
Yeah. Wait, 40? I may not be the best at math, but that shit doesn't add up.
Okay, 50 then.
Yeah.
Is that?
I'm not about to let us get stolen after we're doing some stealing.
Wait, I
Yes!
gave you something last time, and I didn't get points for it?
You had 20
I
from...
But I gave you something.
Did he give you money?
No.
Then it wasn't a transaction, Poco.
It was a
gift.
donation.
Oh. Okay. I gave you an acorn last time.
How much were the arrows?
80 total. 8 rupees per.
Would you like another acorn?
Acorns don't sell very well.
But they grow into trees.
Trees sell very well.
It's a future investment.
Beetle will give you 5 rupees for it.
Okay.
Gives you a blue rupee worth 5
I was fine
rupees.
without the rupees. I just wanted to think of the acorn.
He kind of caresses it a little bit. He's like, You will grow into a big, strong tree someday. And Beetle will make tidy profit.
What?
Just said that.
He said what?
He's gonna sell the tree.
Well, yes, he said he would sell three. That's okay. He's going to chop it down?
No, sometimes you just grow them for a few years and then you transplant. He's not necessarily going to cut it down.
Okay.
People chop down trees?
I don't understand the appeal.
Says the person, says the character who murdered a tree by slowly ripping off every branch of it to find one that would work as a
I would
staff.
say you
Yeah.
did. There was still one branch left on it, but only because there was a bird sitting on that branch.
It took a whole tree to get one staff. That's not economical.
It takes a village to raise a child.
Yeah.
And it takes a whole tree to get a single weapon. I can make 6 out of a single corpse.
I hate it.
Umara, you are morbid.
I'm efficient.
Thank you for your time, Beetle. Let's get on our way.
Come back anytime to Beetle Store. Thank you. Bye.
That's interesting.
He's very excited when people buy from him.
Onwards and upwards?
Yes. To Castletown.
So, daytime-wise, it should be lightening in the afternoon.
Do we want to cross the field with that thing still out there?
Dang.
That
The
was
spirit?
I don't...
The lantern?
Oh,
that
you
nearly
mean-
killed us
You
all?
mean the one that ran away? That left after it killed you?
Didn't kill me all the way.
It didn't bother us until we went through the cemetery.
It didn't bother us until we bothered it.
Okay.
It's just not
Bother.
it is.
And Koya puts
If
on
it is
her
evil, I would like to stop
mask.
Skull mask?
Skull mask.
it. Is her
It was!
It kind of all.
I think
It's two of you were nearly brain dead.
There was also that bit with
Medley?
There was.
Yeah.
There was. Twice.
Not this one.
Medley? Well, not that one.
But,
But there was another one on the mountain.
Theoretically, seems
Don't punish this ghost for another ghost crime.
this ghost crime is attacking us. It could attack. What if a stranger walked through who was
wasn't the hero of Hyrule, they could get hurt. If we see it, we stop it.
I mean, if you want to do that, go on ahead. My weapons pass straight through that thing.
Well, then
I might be able to help with that if it comes up.
I'm in the same boat as Umara. There's not really much I can do.
I did everything I could.
Again, there's some. I
And
might
eaten
be
by
able to
echoes.
help with
It
that.
told me very
Mitsuko said she has an
And I
answer.
did. I may have an answer if it comes to that.
Alright.
Okay, what does may mean? Do or do not?
I do, but it is not a complete answer. You wouldn't be able to use your full strength against it, but you would be able to harm it. If it were to work.
Ha! I see.
Well, I haven't tried it yet.
And
Good.
so can try to get through the field if possible before it gets too dark, or at least to get to a safe place before camping.
Communal mount.
So, as before, traveling, you see a variety of sights, and putting in some of the most notable ones on the way in.
There's gonna be 4 pieces of candy in front of us.
Choose wisely. So, you see something, which that's just going to draw it and leave it. Basically, this is like the edge simulating like the travel, where you're going. It will require you to diverge to go to those. That looks to be some monsters chasing some people.
Have
And
to save
then-
them.
And then there are rubies over here.
Save the people.
Poco, like, just starts to run off towards the people.
Yeah. It's in the job description.
No, Olivars, it is the answer to the riddle we didn't have the other day. I've been thinking about it. What is most important? Helping people.
I would say the future of Hyrule, but helping people would get us there, so I would agree with you.
Same thing.
And as you get closer, it looks to be the yellow one is a moblin, which you had seen in the forest. A little bit different, where the ones that you saw were more of a reddish brown. This one is blue. And then there are also a crowd of 3 of the little red guys following along, hooping and hollering, chasing 2 Highlands, one wielding a crude pot lid as a shield. And looks to be doing their best, but seem to have a little bit worse for wear. A little bit of bumps and bruises and such. So let's bring up some real quick fight music.
But it's real quick. Hear that?
Yep. You missed it. Already done.
Okay.
You will need to roll initiative.
I can
because
do
they
that.
can see you coming.
11. I got a 15.
6.
Not
Yeah,
natural.
1 and a 3. You guys go first.
20 not natural.
So all of us said no.
Yeah. You get the ambush in. It's also for the humans in.
Is
Where do the humans go?
Where are
Yeah,
we?
just a blob.
Humans go.
We're a loose conglomeration of heroes.
So
Yes.
let's establish proper places.
Please and thank you.
Yes.
You have
I think you absorbed me.
basically this is the current setup. You have 2 humans, male and female, respectively. For the purposes of stat, we're not going to say anyone is statted any differently than the other. Yellow is definitely the big blue guy, and you guys are going onto the scene and can act first.
Okay. Should we put ourselves on actual swears? We're kind of
We're
amoeba-ish.
currently amoeba-ish.
Done.
Koya is going to acro move there.
You don't have to. You're sneaking.
Well, that's true. I have the mask.
You have the mask.
So
But she can
I'm
still
not-
acrobatically move for flavor.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Roll it. See how much flavor you get.
Cool.
FlavorText.
Branding.
Oh boy, you get lots.
Plus 14.
It's a spicy 32 with hazelnut.
32.
So this is actually the move in Breath of the Wild. You can actually backflip or forward flip off of a horse, and it feels like time slows down in the air
Oh,
as you throw an extra twist before hitting the ground right behind Blue Guy.
cool. And I'm going to use my adamantium dagger to stabby stab.
Roll against flat-footed AC.
14.
That does exceed. Roll damage.
Sneakers.
With your sneaks.
3d6.
Yeah. Thought I had an extra.
You have 4 there.
I know. I'm deciding which one to put away. All dice superstitions are always true. Okay. 4, 8, 9, 12.
Okay. You stab it right in the kidneys. You hear a growl come from the jowls of this beast as they're frothing. And turns and looks at you.
What?
Who next?
I'm just gonna have a quick prayer, just to help all the people.
Thank you, neighbor.
Allies get a +1 on attack, weapon damage, saves, and skill checks.
Basically just a plus
Write
one.
it down.
And enemies. Oh, how close do I have to be for this bullshit? Nope. 10.
Was it attack and damage? I was not
40.
writing when you started speaking.
Yes, it's in. That's
It's plus 1 to attack, damage, saves, skill checks.
yeah, attack, damage, saves, skill checks,
Thanks.
and
enemies
each
take the -1.
takes the -1. And I had to move so everyone was in the correct radius.
Got it.
Ta-da! There, I did my job.
Hashtag blessed.
Hashtag blessed. No
Hashtag
prayer. Hashtag prayer.
It's the power of prayer.
Yes.
The power of prayer.
Who next?
Power behind goal, baby.
I think I'm gonna go next.
Yeah.
Scorpion Boy is gonna.
Math sounds.
Right here. And I'm gonna come up right about here. Scorpion Boy is just gonna stand there for flanking purposes. And I'm going to attack this one with the Scorpion Whip.
Roll a hit with your newfound accuracy.
19.
That exceeds.
Oh.
Roll damage.
I have newfound accuracy as well. Weapon
I
bonus.
realize I haven't been improving my base attack bonus since
Oh.
level 1.
Oh!
Which is why I haven't hit shit. Like, 10 damage.
Nice.
They died easy.
And
What
roll a luck.
viewers can't see is that all the enemies are actually M&Ms, and when you kill it, you get to eat it.
Oh, these are M&Ms?
Yeah.
Roll a luck roll.
They're flavored.
Candy corn flavor, I think.
That was unexpected.
Nope.
Okay.
No drops.
Good.
Pogo gonna move into here.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go ahead and megaton smash this boy.
Roll it.
You know what? It's not a megaton smash. These are monsters. I draw the Master Sword. It's not the Master Sword audience, but it's the Master Sword to Pogo.
His heart. Fun.
Nat 20.
Roll
Gonna
it.
go ahead and confirm. Does a 10 confirm?
No confirmed. Yes.
Okay. Let's just grab this funky little guy.
You are not swinging.
As the blade glows with magical energy and rocks into him for 10 points of magical slashing damage.
So 10.
Yes, sir.
Very casual, plus 9 damage.
Yep.
And
Power attack. That's how it do.
Power attack plus arcane strike.
That's how it do.
Two-handed
Okay.
stuff. Oh,
Did it make
1
the
more
damage?
damage. Because of prayer. And did the 11
No.
confirm? Okay.
I like where your head's at, but nope.
Gotta ask.
Lara's gonna sidle on in over here
Yes, cover.
and a little further in. And as I land, I'm going to trident one hand, shield in the other.
Mhm.
That roll got progressively worse. Does a 15 hit
Against whom?
against one of these white boys?
Unfortunately, they do see you coming, and no, it does not.
Those stupid motherfuckers! That's the end of my turn.
Okay, now, turn goes on to them. Blue, who just had at Koya, notices the curious position of Poco and
What's,
think behind him.
I'm doing my job as the sorcerer tank.
And he
I don't know
Push
why I
kicks
bother
you.
trying to think.
Okay.
23 to hit.
Yep, it hits, and he's gonna make a will save after he does his damage.
So that is... The damage is 9 because it reduces, correct? By 1?
Yes.
Damage rolls as well? Okay, it's 9 damage, and he gets a free bull rush.
Okay.
18 versus your CMD.
That is successful.
Okay. He knocks you into the one behind him, and you trip and fall.
Damn.
Prone, and he makes a will save.
Okay.
DC.
DC's coming in 14.
Barely meets it.
Even with
This-
-1 penalty?
With the -1 penalty,
Got it.
meets it.
Got it.
Does not exceed, but meets
So
it.
nothing happens.
So now these two guys, this one, just going to attack what he got attack on.
I dare you.
Good luck, buddy.
19 against Umar's armor class.
Does not cut it.
It's a little stick that he has in his hand, bangs against your armor, and just kind of... He's not happy.
I glower at it.
Other one is going to take a stab at the thing that is kind of face down in front of it.
9.
That's how it does.
Because I'm prone, 9. 9 AC.
Oof. Big oof.
Yeah.
Or rather,
Just a
that's
little boy.
adding his +2.
And he pokes you for an extra 1 damage.
Okay, the gods are okay with that one. They're not gonna execute him.
The turn order goes back to you guys as the humans kind of like take up defensive positions. Hylians, but
Just stand there.
We've got the weapons.
this one's gonna 5-foot step and hide
That's
behind
me.
Amara.
That's in
You need to move Umara to hide behind Umara.
Sort of fun.
And they're just basically gonna take full defenses and let the people who started swing things really well.
Did my flanking partner go away?
I'll provide you a new one. Don't worry.
But you're
Flank-
prone. Do you count?
No, because I don't threaten my prone.
Exactly.
You could delay until Sierra gets into some prone positions.
Yeah, I'll
Or flanking positions.
delay until I
We'll
have.
see what
I
happens.
was gonna move on across the field.
You're gonna move on the white guys?
Yeah,
Ooh.
but I cannot.
I think we'll leave it
If
for.
Scorpion Boy can give me some flanking, then you and Umara can
We
tag
could
team
just
little
surround
guys.
the sucker.
Also true.
I'm gonna not rudely push past this civilian.
And I'm gonna attack the yellow one with my whip
She just pulls out of the ether.
from where I was. That's a 19 plus a bunch of stuff.
Is it 19 your threat range?
I don't think so. It's working with.
I don't think so.
No,
Either.
it's 20.
Okay.
That hits. Especially since you're flanking that mofo.
8 damage.
Okay, so up to 31.
Boy,
Does
quite
that
big.
does that count the
That was
Buff?
plus the.
And he's definitely hardier than the red ones you fought in the forest.
Koya's going to do some more stabbing McStabberson
He's flanking now.
with the adamantium dagger.
Mhm.
Does a 28 hit?
Kinda. It does. Right in the squishy bits.
Cool. 18.
Get it.
Piercing into his other kidney. Now symmetrical with the previous kidney. His legs give out from under him and he collapses in front of you. Roll a luck roll. Just a straight d20 to see if he drops anything. As it erupts in a poof of purple smoke, a joy pendant is in his wake.
I pick it up.
Important heads up on dagger crit range.
Must loot in the middle of battle.
Oh!
Yeah.
Got it.
He dead, so.
Yeah, no, he's dead, but for future, 19 is a crit threat.
I'm gonna replace my shield with my short sword, and I'm gonna go to town on this guy that's threatening Poco. Does a 17 hit?
Yep.
Does a 14 hit?
Nope.
And does a 16 hit?
Meets but does not exceed.
Damn, this motherfucker.
He quick.
Yup.
I do 8 damage.
He did.
Okay.
He quit to die.
Roll for luck to see if he drops anything.
I got a 3.
He doesn't.
No
He
shot.
poofs in purple smoke and leaves nothing behind but memories.
Move action to stand. Second move to get over here. Gonna threaten this last guy with Umara.
But you did leave. Getting up does provoke.
I wasn't in his threat range when I got up. I was right there.
Entering and leaving squares around him does.
Yes,
So,
11 AC. That's a hit.
yeah. These guys are weak AF. Actually, though, that's his threat range.
Oh boy, is he going to confirm against an 11?
So meets but does not exceed the 11, and does not because he was prayed against. So he does 4 points of damage as you try to pass by him. He whacks you with
Sure thing.
his little club that seems to be fashioned out of wood and mud.
That could be my cousin. You stop it.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Morbid.
That's totally not in character for Poco. That's just this is me hamming it up. That's my turn, guys. That's 2 moves.
Has gone.
I'm just gonna let these people continue wailing on this thing. And, I did my prayer. I got nothing else.
Well, you
Have
can check
fun.
on the humans.
We'll check on them afterwards.
They don't smell. Do they smell funny?
They don't smell.
Then I don't care. We'll get to them later.
We'll get there.
That's fair.
She's efficient.
The threat is almost gone. You can start this RP.
In the middle of combat.
Let's
wait till the combat's dead.
Smashed and then check on them.
Okay.
They don't smell funny.
The Bokoblin looks up at Umara. Tries to trip her. Doesn't. And it does provoke.
It provokes, you say?
Let's see, just like sort of tries to kick you in the shin.
Idiots.
Does a
Goddamn idiots.
14 hit?
14 does not.
I hate this
Does
question.
a 23.
23 does.
Hey, my D8's gone missing.
It's literally right in front of you.
Yes, it is. I was using it for health like a fool. It'll take 14 points of magical death.
Yeah, that's a lot of death. Go ahead and roll for loot. Nope.
Dang.
Poof
So
of purple
lucky.
smoke that leaves you with nothing.
Now that they're gone, I'll go
But
check on humans.
Echoes
Right?
of
Does
its
not taste
dying
like what
cry.
it is.
They're kind of yogurty.
You know,
Let's give the audience some flavor text.
Branding.
creamy
My brand.
and kind of rich.
A much more solid crunch than I imagined.
Yeah.
I'm gonna,
Surround.
gonna do my heal check now on these 2 humans. That I'm assuming are not.
They're not humans. They're hylians.
The humans.
They're hylians.
That's a terrible. I'm not paying any attention to these people.
No, we know that.
Yeah, that was
It only gets me to an 11. I just sort of glance at them.
There's some visible bruising. A little bit, a few tears on some of the
No-
clothing,
Any
but
blood?
They're fine.
no major injuries.
Okay.
So, well, thank you. Chased us for a bit. Are you all right?
Are we alright?
Poco with like a couple of
Yeah.
visible cuts and sapos in it.
Again, thank you. Yeah. I told you it was a terrible idea to go hunting for truffles. They're really good, though. I don't care. There's monsters around. But the truffles.
But there's monsters around.
We avoided most of them. Like,
And if we hadn't shown up,
I kept running successfully to the stable, I think. You didn't have a plan, just admit it. Fine. You did get truffles, though.
You did?
You did get some truffles.
How many?
Was it worth risking your lives?
These are really good truffles.
How many?
I think I got 4 or 5. 4 or 5 of them.
Are you shaking these people down?
She's telling you something. I think they've earned it. But the truffles, they're really good. They just saved your life. I could have kept running. Do it. Fine. Hands over 1 truffle, looks back, gets a glare. 2 more.
Oh, is that more than half of what you collected? Alright, take one back.
Cuts it in half.
That's fair.
Okay, so you with the pot lid.
It's my shield. Thank you very much. It's a pot lid. It's my shield.
Lamara
How
produces
do you use
3
it?
real shields. Get a real one.
Guess you're gonna have to make some money by selling some truffles.
It's
We're
fairly,
done with this.
It's fairly dark. The 2 of you should probably get to the stables before more than you show up.
Yeah, you're right.
yes,
Be safe.
Do
yes.
our best. So, look for truffles on it? She grabs him by the ear and starts dragging him.
Look at the dog out.
In that direction. 3 big hearty truffles.
Oh, 3?
3 of them.
Big hardy boy.
The 2.5, the half will expire by the end of the day.
So we'll cook it
So you
tonight.
better eat it.
Cry it in
Eat
your
it,
mouth.
yeah, eat it or cook it. Or put it in a bottle, because bottles
Oh,
are...
I have a bottle. It's in the bottle.
So that you can preserve this half of a big hearty truffle, so that it counts as a full truffle if you choose, when you choose to use it.
Truffle.
And this general area, now that you are closer, you can kind of see clearly that the pattern here was a gigantic boulder that seems to be just in the middle of a field for... It's just there.
Is there a lake nearby?
No lake.
I shouldn't do it.
No lake. No lake.
Lakeside Labyrinth?
Where you... If you were trying to find a Korok, you probably need look no farther than the one that looks to be standing completely motionless in the grass.
Hello!
Check for a pulse.
Hello! Hi! Hello!
On a tree? Tree for a pulse?
We don't know their
It's been a
anatomy.
while.
That's true. No.
Yeah, ha ha! I found you!
Poke it.
Roll a combat maneuver. Using his Goron sumo training. Pogo just BAM! Sends this one rolling. Just rolling.
You know the Goron rolling technique! I couldn't get that down. You must teach me.
How did she... You got lucky.
Oh,
I had the mask of invisibility on.
did you?
I did.
Can I see it?
No.
It's invisible, I'm sure.
It makes me invisible. I have no idea how you found me.
Inside. Sense motive. Pathfinder, sense motive. That's a wisdom skill, right? That's a 10.
That's...
When I get to wisdom. Yeah.
That's, yeah, that's... He's...
Skill checks, we're under prayer. That's a 9.
Oh boy. That's a 9.
That's something great he's got, that he thinks he's got. He's got the greatest of the great things.
How did you get that?
I bought it.
From?
A mask salesman.
You bought the mask of invisibility. How much did it cost you?
I got a couple of shiny things. Found them.
Oh, okay.
Searching for hiding spots.
Well, your hiding spot is bad.
Worked well for a long time.
How long?
2 hours?
Oh, yes. Very good. Mm-hmm. This is the most sarcastic y'all have ever seen Poco.
I don't know how you found me, but...
Oh, I don't know either.
There you go.
You were invisible, but your body left a space in the grass, so we could tell from the
No,
space
he
that
was in
left.
plain sight.
I'm so stupid!
If you were in a tree, you could put it.
I should have just gone to a tree.
Yeah.
Next time.
There is no next time.
Nope. That is the game. But hey, now you get to go live life.
Maybe I should find more of those shiny rocks then.
I know a couple of.
Where?
A gesture where we saw the rupees in the field.
Fair point. Fair point. Oh, alright. Yeah. Until next time.
Next
You won't
time.
find me next time.
You don't get to hide again.
That's why you won't find me.
You'll never find me.
And he is going to be over here.
So do you just pick a place to hide
And
And
stay
just-
there forever.
Until found.
once?
Yes.
What do you do after you're found?
You go live life.
How long
Why can't you hide again?
As long as... I don't know.
Are you not allowed to hide twice?
No. That is not the game. You hide once. You get one seed.
Who gives you the seed?
You have it.
They're trees. They come with seeds.
Yeah, but they grow more as far as I'm aware.
No. I am not tree. I am Korok. When we are sprouted from ground, we have seed. It is part of us. It is a thing.
It is like you have gills. You are born with them.
I don't give other people my gills.
No, that is a choice you make. But the choice my people make is to give the seed.
Alright, cool. Okay. Alright.
And you're all welcome to try and find me when we're all done.
I probably will.
So we're gonna check out this rock.
The boulder? It is a rock. The pioneers of the rock is famous of love.
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, it's a rock in a field.
This
It's a rock.
Mm-hmm.
is a rock.
Big boulder.
Megaton it.
It shakes and cracks appear.
Megaton it.
Break it up.
It breaks. Takes 2 hits to break an Ocarina of Time with the Megaton Hammer. And
Now there is no more boulder.
Thank you.
Yeah. Is that
Was it just bothering
the
you?
goal of your request? That's a hole.
it leaves a hole in the ground. Deep enough that people can go in.
I pick up like a clump of grass. I cast light on it and drop it in.
It's about 7 feet for the drop, but then it progressively gets lower, and in fact it lands on what looks to be some type of shiny surface.
I
want to go in.
Yes, that is 2 votes for in because we do that now.
Let us know how much space is in a hole underground, and
I can go check.
sure.
Okay.
I'll go
I jump in.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I mean, he's happy underground.
Mm-hmm. So there is a square-shaped shiny surface underneath,
I'll land on it.
and you find yourself back on the surface.
Do it again.
Yep.
And I'm not gonna land on it.
You're in a hole! Hole, now that I can draw it out, because why not? There's your shiny surface plate, and it extends out. Things you can see, a little chest, seems to be a beehive, a little puddle of water.
Mara's ready.
This is not one that has a cow in it.
Those were the weird ones.
Yeah, but they were fun. There's another little puddle of water, and then some type of.
You're all welcome to come down. There's plenty of room, but don't land straight down.
Go down.
Ominous.
You'll just get teleported to the top. It has happened to me.
I'm gonna make room for people to land.
I'm going in after your child.
Hello.
I have concerns for his safety.
There is something making noise. And a
He's
beehive.
alive.
There was a beehive under the boulder.
Everyone's dropped in. I guess the bird is going underground now.
I've been out of water for days now. You can stop complaining that you're not in the air.
There's 2 puddles. And a thing in the corner. It's mumbling at us.
Jitsuko just like
What
throws
does the
water
thing
at you.
look like?
I'm crying.
Slightly translucent, robes torn.
Huh?
Worse, the big bow,
Oh, you.
cowering in the corner.
Is the fate of bees?
That was the solution all along. You needed more bees.
Koya just back against
Just
the wall.
I thought she was gonna go back up.
Nope. Just
I'm considering going back up.
But this can hurt things now.
And I can't hurt it.
She said she had a solution.
She can say a lot of things. Until I see evidence to the contrary, I can't hurt this thing.
and it's very scary.
Mm-hmm.
It seems very scared, is what it looks like.
Looks kind of demented.
Yes, it's dead.
No, it's twitching though. It's damaged.
Ghosts are dead.
I don't know if this is gonna. Jitsuko's gonna push forward to be sort of in front.
I'm nervous, to put it simply.
Edges closer.
I want to make a heal check on this bow, knowing absolutely nothing. But I don't know, is there like a way to do a mental heal check? I'm trying to...
Mental health check?
Mental health check? Is that would be like a sense motive or a perception? I'm trying to figure out why it's terrified.
Sense motive is going to be your best option for trying to think about what it's thinking.
Servants just entered the castle.
Okay, yes. But I still don't know why
I
it ran from
oh,
bird.
Oh.
Okay, you said it was a sense motive?
Yeah.
Then that's going to be a 27. What's wrong with this? Why exactly is it terrified of the bird? Because that's what it ran from last time.
You were asking about its mental health.
Mm-hmm.
It is perhaps more mentally stable now than it has been ever since you've seen it. That would be the way of putting it. And again, taking an interest in it, it presses itself back up against the wall, holding its right arm.
We don't have to mess with it.
They seem pretty convinced that we have to mess with it.
Open chest.
100 rupees. Silver rupee.
Poco pockets the money. Poco's sugar daddy.
Cool. That's sweet.
Right. Go a step closer and then sit down facing the thing.
What did
Do you understand me? What did I do to hurt you?
Yes or no's?
What's it going at?
Poco.
Hello!
Oh,
You did something. Oh,
no, it's...
Yes, I smashed it with my sword.
you did.
You
Oh,
want
I
us
get
to
it.
leave?
But
It wants to kill me.
No, I think it...
yes, the one arm wants to kill you, Pogo.
Then we just chop off the arm.
Would
Is
that
that
help you?
possible?
No, it
I'm
was...
not
No!
going to kill you.
I think we're misconstruing the message.
No.
No,
You
what do
want-
you mean? It
I'm
didn't
pretty
feel
sure it's
like-
saying
You
you
want...
tried to kill me.
I did, yes. For it
Are you
happened.
asking us to end your misery? Yeah. No, I thought so.
Oh,
Coil looks very
Would I be able to do
uncomfortable.
so?
I can't do it.
Okay, where is... I'm
Can we ask it how to kill it?
going to channel energy against it. Here's my whatchamacallit. 4, 9, 12.
Energy, light blue, pulses outward. Its ethereal form shimmers as if disrupted. Though
Do I
it,
see anything under it? Under the ethereal form?
I would say make a perception check, but no, you perceive really well with visual stuff. Just for a flash, a little ball that looked like it was flame. Like a little yellow flame
Where?
in its core.
In its core.
it is the thing.
Yeah.
We know it's a pole. This, and I take out the pole soul. This is a pole soul.
Yeah, no, I see it. I see.
Can you retrieve?
How many are out last time?
We killed it.
We reached in and pulled it out.
We did. I did
We're working
before
on
I
it.
inserted.
This is a very similar circumstance, except this one's not possessing a person.
Mm-hmm.
It's in a ghost.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it is a pole possessing a ghost. Can that happen?
It's corrupting whatever the spirit was. Oh no, close your eyes, please. I'm going to cast Burst of Radiance on it. Because I'm hoping that this will do more damage. Technically, it gets a reflex for a partial save.
No, it doesn't attempt to save.
Awesome.
Oh, this is sad.
Um,
This is sad.
I can't hurt it. It can't hurt me.
then. 10. Wow, good job. But it is blinded for a hot second.
It's blinded?
Dazzled. Yeah, no, creatures in the area are blinded for 1d4 rounds.
Creatures in the area. Okay, I'm making a reflex save.
Right?
Same.
Well, that's why, yeah. Well, actually, it's a 10 radius burst around the thing.
So I.
Yeah,
so
you're in the area.
I make a save.
You're in the area. Make a save, Bogo.
I fail. I'm blind.
Gosh dang it. Good job.
It has blinded me.
No,
There goes half the members of the party that can hit this thing.
Poco's sword is out in front of him. Just kind of
It's okay.
doing
Poco,
the Toon Link flail
Poco,
thing.
walk towards my voice.
No!
Poco.
No!
It's fine. Poco. Please.
Poco swings the sword in the figure 8 in front of him, because that's how he's going to protect himself. And he slowly backs up.
Oh, Pogo, don't go
It's a
for the
beehive.
He's a tree. I don't think a bee can do anything to him.
The bee could do things to us, though.
Is it writing the thing
It's
that you seem to be?
its right arm seems to be absolutely hating all of these holy spells that you're throwing at it, taking far more damage.
That's the point.
And while it hangs limp with its left hand, it draws in the ground in front of it.
Okay, I'll wait for it to finish scribbling.
What does it say?
So it's like Jujutsuko.
Yeah, little heart.
It knows Jutsuko,
Yeah, it does.
specifically.
Jitsuko, who is this?
Anything for you, my dear.
What?
Who are you talking to?
My friend.
Who?
I'm sorry this happened to you, Naomi. And I would ask you why if I could, but I don't know how I'd get it from you in yeses and nos.
Well, it just wrote, didn't it?
In small hand. Yeah. Yeah, no, I know you have a broken wing. That's how it happened. Yes, I know you died. I know you died. They brought your body back. I know. The witch found you. The witch found you. If that arm twitches towards me, I'm casting another channel energy. Hold action, I guess.
How long is your blind?
1d4 rounds, so by now you're fine, even if it was the most amount.
Poco does not go towards the beehive.
Yeah, I know. You died. The witch found you. Cast some kind of a spell that possessed your spirit, that abused your spirit, that used your spirit. That took the bitterness that was in the arm and broke it in the first place and turned it on you. And turned it on everybody else. Well, if any kind of hatred was in a broken arm, it'd be in yours. I'm sorry, my dear. I cast another channel energy. That's a 9. I really don't want to. Oh. Pogo?
You stay here?
No, you have to. Pogo,
No. You stay here?
Pogo, please.
Can you stay here?
Don't let her stay here.
What if the witch can undo it?
I don't think they'd be willing to, Poco.
What if we made them?
Pogo?
Be too long.
Poco, this Rito's been dead for 20 years. Can you please just let her spirit move on and kill her? My channeling can only do so much. Please. I'm sorry to ask of you.
16 from the sword coming down.
And 11 from the wave of blue light.
For flavor, as you channel that energy, it seems to concentrate on the end of Poco's blade as it carves the right arm off of this Poe, and that disappears into wisps of purple smoke. And as it leaves and the rest of the body starts fading away, what could be said to be almost a smile. And look at that piece. And the body of the pole is gone, but in its place is a small, burning soul.
I approach it and hold out my hands.
That is.
How long were you stuck like that? There's no asking now. Has it been all 20 years? Oh God, Naomi, I'm sorry.
You are not alone.
Do you want to go into the bottle as well?
I don't think there's room. Oh! Does anyone else have a bottle that is empty?
I dump out my truffle.
We can just cook that.
Okay, we'll cook it.
You bottle up.
Get in the jar.
Get the jar?
And it smiles as you do so.
Oh, thanks. Please don't look at me.
It has no idea what just happened because you're still wearing the stone mask, if I recall. And just out of nowhere, a bottle just scoops her up.
It's fine. It can't look at me.
Sue, does he mind if I carry her?
You can have her.
Okay. Thank you.
There's a real quick feeling, though, when you had this bottle on you for the second and a half. Almost as if you understood how these ghosts work. But then it's gone.
Oh.
Once it's in your hand,
Sweet.
you get a feel for how ghosts work.
Awesome. How do ghosts work?
Almost as if you needed to hit them, you could figure out how to hit them.
Really?
And you could figure out how to use a weapon to hit them if you so chose. The item is called Naomi's Will.
Oh. No one's sad. Still.
So, pick up the half mushroom. How do we cook this?
We need a walk.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
We don't have one.
Nope.
There's technically one back at the stables if we wanted to go back there.
We're
Or just keep
far
going
away.
and we'll just be. We could eat it raw.
One of us could eat it raw.
Hey, I think you're the only one who's took.
Punch her in the head a little bit.
It's free.
As I'm still dripping sap.
You should probably, you can have that, Poco.
Alright, I don't have a nose.
We're waiting for the DM to come back to tell us what the mushroom does.
Yep.
It's hardy. It's hardy, so.
It'll be health and cons shenanigans.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
Though it being close to dark, do we try to set up camp? Do we simply keep walking?
I think we set up camp away from the bees.
I don't want to set up camp in
Not
the dead
here.
ghost cave.
Not in here, just in general. Do we set up camp?
Yes, we
Yes.
set up
I
camp.
What other ingredients would you put with this mushroom?
Butter?
You have fish?
I do have fish. I have 2 bushels of wheat, some acorns.
How do you think Korak tastes? Maybe you could jump in yourself.
Shut it,
Oh,
Leo.
that's so clever. I wish I thought of it myself. Hey.
We could eat the fairy.
No. Then we
I
would
think
be
it'd
like,
be too light a meal.
okay. Does anyone have butter?
No, I think we
think we
used it
used-
all.
We
can
can
use
find
it
some.
to-
Yes, we did. Okay.
Used it all. I
Yeah, then.
still have some sneaky snails and some
Escargot.
berries and orange mushroom.
You have berries.
Yes, wild berries.
Could I have some?
What are you going to do with them?
I don't know. Experiment.
What
What exactly does Naomi's will do?
Okay.
The hint was there.
So, a portion of
If you have Naomi's will in your inventory, you can punch a ghost.
Sweet.
Okay.
So I might need to hand it over to somebody to punch things.
Yep.
You are literally the worst member of our party to be wielding that item, but
Yeah.
I don't want it.
I can take her back.
You literally
Tomorrow
just
morning.
sobbed over your friend's ghostly body
Yes.
as you killed her again, and I
Not
don't want to
again.
hold that.
Don't. Did Umara say that or did Court say
A
that?
little bit of both.
Did Umara say it out loud?
Did Jitsuko offer the soul to Umara?
Not yet. She will.
No, Umara would not have said that. She would have no reason to.
Thank you. Oh, I circled you. Okay.
Okay, we're gonna get outside and
Yeah.
start setting up camp, and
Mm-hmm.
I just really want to cook this mushroom. Really badly.
Does anyone get eat her?
The M&M.
Oh.
Wow.
Well, I'm
Umara
not.
would do.
I
And
do need
so-
to try one because as far as this flavor is intriguing.
Yep.
Wild berries in hand, truffle in the other, and just like a little bit of the warmth of Flina that I have. Poco's. We should get a walk and lights on fire.
Lights on fire.
The whole Poco?
Yeah.
What?
You have roasted versions of all three of them separately. Are you hand water?
Yes. Yes.
It doesn't go out.
Poco, why are you on fire?
What?
You're on fire, Poco.
I'm on fire?
Yes.
That's not so bad.
Does he smell like death? Oh, he's not screaming, but does he smell like death?
No. Okay. Well, there's some cooked berries and wheat. If anyone wants some, I'm going to have this mushroom.
Enjoy. Money in the middle of the field.
Restores 10 HP once you cooked it. Has no other special effect.
Does anyone want anything else? Go on.
I'll have some berries, I guess.
Have some warm berries.
Cool.
The toasted berries also restore 10 HP because they're cooked.
I'm fine. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm alright, thank you.
I'm gonna gently nibble on the warm Flina.
Oh, it's real warm.
It's still on
It
fire.
does the same thing because items when they're cooked, it increases their healing capacities but does not unlock if they're
Yeah.
cooked separately. They're
Yeah.
special effects.
Yeah.
It's probably time to lay down for the night.
Why is it so bright out?
Here we go.
You are the bright, Poco.
Well, yes, I know I'm the light of Hyrule, but
You're also the light of my life, dear.
Oh.
So to speak. Once you go underground, it'll be dark again. It'll be dark.
yes, that is normally how things go.
Are we setting up right where we are right now?
Just around the hole.
It's
I would prefer
We
to
didn't want to
get
be in the hole.
as far away from the hole as possible until the sun
Can we
sets.
pick up those rubies?
You can go after them, sure.
I'm very skeptical of those
He
rubies.
phrased that wrong. We'll pass.
Well, because one of them's gone.
yeah, offered it to a Gorok.
So my question, are there any nearby trees and or bodies of water?
That's the important
There's some
part.
puddles in there.
There's some puddles in there, correct.
How deep are these puddles?
They're kind of shallow. They're
Okay.
like knee deep.
These puddles are dead to me. Okay, so we're just gonna camp in the middle of an open field with no firewood, no bedding.
I suggested we get to a safe place before camp.
She did.
How
We
much,
just kind of powered through that.
how much time do we have left until night?
It is night, I thought.
Didn't want to say anything because I wanted to wait, but basically, as the sun goes down, you no longer have to worry about being lonely.
Okay.
Push it in the hole!
Let's leave.
I'm not happy with this.
No, as far as they're popping out, and if you wish to avoid them and not fight them, you can. They're just
I'm
normal, tiny skelly boys.
I'm okay with leaving be.
Leave.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they'll disintegrate in the light. I'm not in the mood for this.
As far as they don't follow you, or they follow you until you are out of range, but every distance, so to speak, every interval, a new crop of 3 pops up out of the ground when you pass. So actually coming to a stop seems to be not impossible at this point.
I guess we're powering through.
I think powering through is probably going to be our best bet. If we stop for anything, then these things are just going to pop up and make us not exactly miserable, but they're going to be annoying.
Until Castle down, then.
Yep.
Goodbye, rubies.
I wave to the rupees in the distance.
Okay. And so you leave. Are you on your steeds again?
I've got more spell slots, so yes, we are.
Okay. So fairly early in the evening, you are able to get. I believe Castletown was the last place you had chosen to visit. You were able to make your way to the drawbridge that seems to be eternally down now, leading into what you know to be Castletown.
We should sleep.
Where?
I don't know, Umara. It is tired.
I'm just gonna walk around like tapping people on the back, take care of this fatigue.
Cool, gone.
Cause like everybody gets just a pat on the back, and if it mattered for anyone, 9 health.
Nope, I was full because I burned some food.
Okay, 7 minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gosh dang it.
But it's breakfast time, so I gotta eat some fish.
Awesome.
You reported your +2 strength. Cool. I eat one of my long gone bad fish.
Does poker smell? Yes, like fish.
We have not been here in some time.
How do I?
Can't imagine.
Because we can either try and fight everything in there, or we can just walk past them.
What?
Koya like tips her.
Okay, you're
skull.
fine. The rest of us,
I'm
we also just
tiny.
walk past them.
How?
Yes.
Without feet?
Well, as long as you don't actively refuse it, I do have a spell that could assist with that. As long as you don't try to hit anything, it won't hit you back. Looking specifically at 2 of you.
I'm giving you a sheepish grin.
I wonder if we can.
Pikachu open mouth face.
I wondered. And I look at the place that began the adventure for Coco. Bomb basketball.
Oh dear.
Do they have more bombs? We could take the bombs.
I still have my lizard stomach.
So we could put them in there.
So you guys are currently on this end, haven't properly entered the area yet. You would see there's a door to the right that leads into
Infinite jars.
yeah, leads into a guard post, and wandering the courtyard very slowly. Humanoid, they look to be wearing some type of wooden mask, but other than that, no clothing whatsoever. Gaunt, emaciated, leaning heavily to one side, and just this constant sound of groaning.
Do they look like they're undead? Can I make a roll on that?
Knowledge?
I'm here with something like this. This is new.
I don't remember this part of Castletown.
It's an 11.
Undead things tend to go like, but they do not have their arms out like this. Their arms are distinctly at their sides, just.
Well, this is either gonna work or not. I'm gonna go back around and tap people again. Okay.
Should we? And I point to the door to the right. Maybe there is a way around. And I look at the high ramparts surrounding Castletown.
They're pretty high.
Call it extra help for an hour.
Maybe we go there first.
So
Okay.
we only use it when we need to.
Alright.
Okay, if we check this out.
Yeah.
So open the door.
Never done.
There are a lot of jars in this room. There are a lot of jars, and there is one person?
Hello?
He's like, he's in like a double, like a bunk bed almost, but the top bunk has been replaced by a bit of a cage, and there look to be Poe souls of different colors above him. And when you look, going for his face, he's wearing the equivalent of like a hoodie, but with like tattered edges, and you can kind of see one giant red eye, or at least the illusion seems to be that he has like one eye, and he has a stick, and he like, occasionally just bangs it against the cage and makes the ghosts that are like trying to get out all of a sudden like click back in.
Hello?
Huh?
Have
Have one of what?
Why do you have all of those
I'm a
souls?
collector. Business is booming since the blood moon.
Why would you collect them?
Well, security job, that's boring. Ghost hunter, that's a career worth pursuing.
Those are people.
Were people.
Those are souls.
Now they're monsters.
Not like that, they're not.
And they're valuable. There's only a few of them in the world, so I think. Get back in there! Well, it's weird to see living people.
As opposed to you?
Yeah, we'll go with that. So, if you've stayed alive this far, you must be pretty capable. What do you say to a bit of a business transaction?
Who are you?
Maybe you should ask who I was.
Who were you then?
I was a security guard here. It was boring. Nothing ever happened.
In the background, sounds of pot shattering.
Until the blood moon came.
Last I checked, a security guard's goal is for nothing to be happening.
Yeah, maybe that makes it sound like we're doing our job, but we never actually had to do our job.
That's ideal.
No.
That's ideal.
Well, now they're dead, so they weren't good at it. I'm sorry we missed you when we evacuated.
No, I saw all of you.
And you stayed. Why?
I came back.
Hmm.
Kagura didn't need any more security guards.
No, they're perfectly capable.
That and they took that Gerudo. Not my problem anymore. Business proposition. If you can get me these Poe souls, I'll pay you handsomely.
Whatever price you're offering wouldn't be worth it.
I'm gonna give it a hard no from me.
What would it be to take all of those off of your hands?
Not gonna happen. It's a lot of money being a ghost hunter.
And we're offering to pay you when you're saying no.
For you.
Who buys them from you?
I do. That's the point.
Why do you buy them?
That's not your concern.
It kind of is.
And I'm refusing to answer.
That is. Yes.
Take it or leave it. I've got more money than I know what to do with.
I look at all the pots.
Is that the way it comes from?
I do.
Every night, the blood moon comes back here. Apparently you can't see it unless you're in Castletown, near the castle. But the blood moon comes back. All of my pottery comes back too.
So we can just.
You can take some power.
You get one for free.
Each.
Total.
Oops. What do I find?
Say again?
The true Legend of Zelda player goes, what do I find in the pot I broke?
You find rupees, man. There's like if you put all of these together, it's like 47 rupees. Because there's one of them that has a 20 rupee in it, there's a bunch of 5ers in it, there's a bunch of 1ers in it. Because anyone who's played Ocarina of Time has raided this room over and over and over again. And so the grand total, as you break all of these things in this guy's room, is about 47.
We broke one though. Broke. Oh, you
Weren't
said, he said one for free.
Yeah, but because some people were saying that they were hearing the sounds of smashing as that conversation were going on. So I was highly
If he wouldn't have lashed out to me doing that, I would have been doing that during this conversation.
Yep. So 47 rupees indeed. And a lot of shards of pottery littering the floor.
I'm not taking him because I was talking to him for a bit. You said 1 for free.
One cycle. You've already broken all my pottery. So fine. What's one day's worth? I won't stand for it if you keep coming back and trying to rob me again. So do we have a deal?
They're people. I don't like selling people.
Happens every day.
Well, I don't like that it happens every day.
Fine. Don't have to like it.
I don't.
But if anything, like the rest of you are more business-minded.
More than half of us have already given you a no.
You've given me a no when everyone's listening. You're free to come back. All together or one by one. I won't pay you handsomely for these, so all you have to do is kill a little ghost. Just kill it and bring me its soul.
Yeah, no, that's being paid to murder. I don't like that.
They're already dead.
So you wouldn't be upset if you died.
Maybe I did.
Yes, but you keep doing this. I'm a human. I'm a cold thing. If we were to kill you, you would not be upset then.
Poco, no matter how weird and creepy he is, you can't just kill him because he kills ghosts.
No, I'm not going to kill him. I'm saying that if he is a ghost as he is purporting...
DM?
Purport!
Hello.
We are rolling sleight of hand checks.
Okay. It's this perception. It was due to the giant eye.
Okay. Where's my sleight of hand? Ooh, that's a 30. It's a total of 17 for me.
18 for me.
What are you attempting to sleight?
I'm casting a spell on her, a quiver full of crossbow arrows that she's got.
Yeah, he's too busy with these.
Sweet!
Cool. And
Shoot it!
my sleight of hand was to stealthily use my hand crossbow so that he didn't notice that I was going to shoot him.
But all of the ammo for that crossbow now has this for the next hour.
Okay.
So have fun.
Okay, so as far as,
Did the check succeed?
well, he was busy with all those folks.
So
Sweet.
take that as a yes, and I'll roll my to hit.
I've never had more respect for you women.
Okay. So that's 26 to hit. 27, sorry, it's point blank.
And we're
And then-
taking a gamble on if this continues to hurt it. Because it's against creatures that take penalties in bright light, take the penalties for 1 round after being struck by this particular ammunition. Undead creatures harmed by sunlight take an additional 1d6 points of damage.
Roll your original damage.
Okay. What?
Sneak attack.
Does it count as sneak attack?
He did not see it coming.
Fair.
He rolled a
Not
3.
see
He rolled a natural 3 on his perception check, so he did not see it
Oh
coming.
boy. 11.
So you plant a friggin' crossbow bolt into this dude's chest, and it just sits there.
Does he bleed?
Radiating light.
Mm-hmm.
He bleeds.
He bleeds.
Amara does a slow turn to Koya. A mixture of confusion, pride, and a little bit of anger. What?
We can't do this.
That's murder.
That's murder.
But it's not for money, so it's better than what he's doing.
We don't kill criminals, we put them away.
Where?
This seems like a lawless society, ATM. So let's just do this.
I was generally planning on holding and interrogating him until he answers those questions he doesn't want to
I
ask.
don't like those things.
I have a lot of qualms. Most of them are with him as a person. The rest are with a lot of this clan.
Yes,
How much damage did you roll?
11?
Oh, he smells. He
Well, he's
bleeds
mostly
and he not moving.
I'm gonna stabilize him. Because you said not moving, so he's unconscious.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled a 4 on my heal check.
I'm going to start opening every bottle on that shelf and trying to set them free.
It's a cage.
Okay.
And they actually pass through the cage. Since he's no longer swinging the sticks and order them back in
Let's
place.
start trying to shoo them out.
They
Be free.
kind of just float and really don't know what to do with themselves.
We don't have enough bottles, and this man is dying.
0 HP.
Someone do something. As Poco stands with his hands bloody from the 4 heal check as he investigated. Oh no, that's a heart and it's beating. He's dying.
So I'm only good at finishing killing things.
Jitsuko?
That's me. We'll do a heal check and bandage his chest.
It's the least you could do since you killed him.
She drives the arrow in further.
Not one.
Oh, panic and calming touch. Panic and calming touch. My generic rage at him capturing these souls takes over. It's just shit. Calming touch on this. We're gonna try that again. That's 7. That's 7 health to this dying thing.
He doesn't smell anymore.
Okay, cool. Recover from there.
Remove the arrow out of his chest.
This time for real.
I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that just happened.
I mean,
I'm going to continue to try and shoo the things out and away.
do you
You're
want me to go
capturing
somewhere?
souls. They were
Starts
no.
whacking at the-
I will fight him over that stick.
Go ahead. Let's roll a combat maneuver.
Is that CMB or CMB?
CMB.
I've never used this. I don't know how this works. Jitsuko's terrible at this. That's a 9. I can't wrestle for.
No, you did. You out-wrestled this
I just.
former guard.
It's just to take the stick away. Stop capturing souls. I don't care what you're paying for them.
What are you gonna do about it?
Probably come back.
Let her put as many arrows as she wants in my chest. I'm just gonna come back when the blood moon happens again.
Lovely. We'll see you then. So keep the stick.
I saved the game.
Hopefully. Hopefully you'll bring me some powers.
No.
Oh, you know how to stop him from human trafficking?
Kill him.
No. Knock him off.
Can we put him in the cage?
Is the cage big enough? But then we just leave him to starve, and I don't know if I'm comfortable with that either. I mean,
You would
eat
perfectly
steak.
comfortable shooting
We
him.
can come back for him.
Do you think that we're not going to have this world crisis solved in the time it takes him to starve to death? Getting the world crisis solved was the only objective we were given. That was it. Do you think we're going to get sidetracked by the time the guards come back to this town and find him?
Couldn't have a habit. We might. I don't know how long it's going to take to find 4 pieces of a song hidden who knows where.
3 pieces.
3 pieces. Thank you, Popo. You're right.
You're not gonna send me these souls.
No, we're not.
I guess. Nah, you're entertaining. Feel free to stay.
I'm not giving back your stick.
Are you really gonna steal from me?
You're using it to cage souls.
So you're my judge, jury, and executioner then?
Just get his.
Oh no, wait, she's my executioner. If you got any other arrows you want to try, human pincushion.
Is there anything particular? I'm not asking him. Is there anything about this stick that keeps foes in line, or is it just like a stick and they're scared of loud noises?
It's a stick. It's a stick. Seems to be a very normal stick.
Seriously.
It's not even a Deku stick because those break after 1 hit.
It's just a stick.
A stick.
I have one of those too.
You have everything in your backpack.
Not everything.
Almost.
Exactly.
No, whack it back into his hand probably a little harder than necessary.
Should get back in there.
Nope. Hopefully by now I've chased most of them off. Or I wouldn't have handed it back if they were still around the cage.
They float listlessly. herds them back into the cage.
Do you know where you're gonna take them?
I'm just trying to let them go to where it is they need to go.
Where do you think that is?
Hopefully by the afterlife they believed in.
Don't you think they would disappear if that were the case?
Normally, when people die, they don't come back, and you talk about coming back. So maybe it has to do with blood moon, and when it happens, they don't get to go, and then your business goes corrupt, and you're bankrupt, and then you're on the streets because you lived a life of crime.
Maybe. Or maybe you're just talking out of your mask.
What else would I talk out of?
I'm confused what point you're trying to make.
You can explain the joke to the child someday.
I'm at least 3 times your age.
I, as Sarah, am trying to remember. Did the blood moon happen while we were? That was the opener.
That was the
That was the
trailer
opener. Okay.
Day 1 was the day 1 of the blood moon. Yeah, badass.
It's been
1 week since I looked at you.
it's been 17 days.
It's been a minute.
It's been 17 days.
So, I'm gonna take a wild guess that there are no other exits out of this room. That's the single one we came in. So, this was a bust.
You're 47 rooms richer.
So, do we all want an easy way to just walk past these, at least for an hour?
Yes.
Awesome.
Okay.
And you're gonna get this too, my dear, just because, in case.
Okay.
So for the next 60 minutes, undead cannot see, hear, or smell creatures warded by this smell.
By the smell.
Spell. Whatever.
Interesting. What does it smell like?
It's lavender and
It's lavender and hyacinth. And then, since I don't know what these creatures have, DM, even extraordinary supernatural sensory capabilities, such as blind sense, blind sight, scent, and tremor sense, cannot detect or locate the warded creatures.
That's be handy.
Yep. Non-intelligent undead are automatically affected and act as though the warded creatures are not there. An intelligent undead gets a single will saving throw. If it fails, it can't see the warded creatures.
So we got an hour.
If it has reason to believe the unseen opponents are present, however, it can attempt to find or strike them. And then, this is for all of you and us.
I'm not the one who just shot a man in the chest!
Yeah.
If a warded creature...
Jutsuko helped.
She did help.
None of y'all saw it.
And I helped.
Yeah, the magic that Koya has for her arrows every time.
It's just a glowing arrow.
Actually,
If
if
a
we're going
warded
with passive
creature...
perception, I would have seen.
If a warded creature attempts to channel positive energy, turn or command undead, touches an undead creature, or attacks any creature, the spell ends for everybody.
Oh. That's actually good to know, because I was like, I can handle a bunch of undead piling on me, but no, everyone, that's more
Everyone.
severe. of a
It just
punishment.
ends all of it.
Okay, I will not draw my weapons
So,
until I need to.
yes, we have an hour.
Until we need to.
Debatable.
Yes, you two just shot the man. Save the game again. I'm not letting you live that down. You shot the man.
No, we did. I didn't know
Repercussions.
if it was alive or not. You're right.
We learned some things, not only about him, but about ourselves.
About these two.
I respect him.
Caging
I don't-
souls.
Yes.
He was caging souls.
He is still
He is caging
We
souls.
left him
I'm not.
caging souls.
I know, and I'm
So-
still not happy with it.
Well, it's looking like a lose-lose until we figure out the blood moon, so let's move on.
Yes, that's
Uh-huh.
what we're doing.
Pick a direction, team.
Well, which direction is? Can we see the temple from here, more or less? Awesome. That's where we're
It's
walking.
like that way, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And yeah, you just pick your way through. Like, the only thing that kind of wasn't, like, visible from there was a big old pile of bones right here. But
Okay.
That's not.
as far as, yeah, you pick your way through pretty easily, given that they can't sense you. They're just,
Thank
it's
you,
like you're
Jutsuko.
gone.
Thank you, Jutsuko.
I can occasionally help.
Yeah, that was... Gonna put these boys back.
Downside to use a touch of the thing to get rid of fatigue is I don't get much spell slots back, and neither do you.
It doesn't work on spell slots.
No.
No, it's not sleep.
Gosh. Okay, then I have to take another thing off my list.
I mean, Jutsuko actually will get her spell slots back as long as she just prays for an hour.
Yeah, but I have to
Poco
have an hour
specifically won't.
Yeah, I have to rest.
I have to go pray for an hour. I don't know that we've had a chance for me to just sit and
Just
pray.
hop on my back.
I was gonna say, can you pray while piggyback? Because we'll carry you.
In that case, I can just pray while walking, too.
No. That won't
Okay.
count.
Depending on the religion, God is in all things we do, and so no matter what you're doing, it's a form of prayer. But Nehru doesn't teach that, so.
No, I'd argue, but I established, like, in the background thing that I sit and repaint the symbol on my neck, so no, I'd have to go sit somewhere.
Okay.
I put the little spray bottle.
I think it rolled off.
I saw it.
It rolled off. No, I don't want to have to go find it.
Though we are coming up on 2 hours, so this time would probably be as good as any for a 10-minute break.
Awesome!
Yeah.
We take those.
I need-
Oh, I get to try out the break screen now.
10-minute break as we transition to our break scene here at FlavorText. Having a good time. This week's flavor is a lot of pastries. Just a lot of pastries.
All of the pastries.
Pastries and suspicious morals.
Suspicious morals. That's the flavor here. Ironically enough, here at FlavorText, we don't have a good way to bake things.
You ever find a chip that's suspiciously Pringle shaped that's very clearly not a Pringle?
Yep.
The oven doesn't work.
So we're all
The potatoes are raw.
Plot twist.
Lasagna's still kind of frozen, guys.
The oven just doesn't at all.
2, 3,
It-
4.
It chooses.
It's
5
it's
plates. There are
vaguely
6
warm.
humans. Is there another clay plate sitting around here?
Um,
There's one here.
One here.
Clay.
Oh,
Yeah, I only did. No, there should be. There's that little one.
There we go. No, that's we're going to microwave individual portions of potatoes, so at least there is food. There is food. It's just frozen and raw. I'm upset at this oven.
I think Umara, after watching her friends shoot someone, would turn to Sierra and be like, "Oh, by the way, here's some context."
okay.
I think it's finally dawning on her that Sierra has not been here the whole time.
One of my coworkers, I have him on Facebook on the off chance that like once in a blue moon I can't reach him through text and I need to get to him, and he posts like this maybe once a day, maybe once every couple days. These things he calls the whiskey diaries, and they're always just like so bittersweet. In every reality and timeline, we always meet when I tie my shoelace because you mentioned I should. But we also break up, and so I don't buy slip-ons anymore.
That is written by a person who thinks they woke. They think they've achieved a higher plane of existence.
That would be really sad if he had any understanding of the multiverse theory.
Yes.
Because there are plenty of multiverses where they do meet and he's not tying his shoe. In fact, there's more multiverses where they meet not under that stipulation.
If the stipulation is tying shoe or not tying shoe, then it's a 50-50.
You're not tying your shoe half the time.
No, but if the stipulation is
it present in the universe or not?
yes, if the stipulation is it present or isn't it, there are 2 outcomes, and if there are infinite outcomes, infinite variations on those 2 outcomes, then there are 2.
That
It's
mathematically adds up,
It's a matter of parameters.
but statistically and using your common sense, there is more than one other option at any given time than tie my shoes or don't tie my shoes. Anytime I make a decision in life, it isn't weighed against the option of tying my shoes.
So, you're describing it as infinite universes in infinite moments,
Yes.
as opposed to infinite universes existing just
At all
But-
times.
because as far as, yes, you do not spend approximately half of your time tying your shoe.
No.
That much is agreed upon.
No, I spend approximately half my time debating whether to tie my shoe, Dax. Come on. Follow.
I was way off, man.
It's okay. Here on FlavorText, we don't try to understand quantum physics. We just try to manipulate
Sarah
them.
does.
Like I said, we just try to manipulate them. I mean, what? In NDU, New Dawn University, when we start playing that, I have at least 2 players using some form of science as their power. Gravity and mass manipulation.
I mean, if you boil any of them down far enough, you can get science out of them.
Okay, but those are like those are hard like laws of
Yeah,
of, like,
those are straight up negations of laws of physics.
you have hypermetabolism. That's very different than omnidirectional gravitational manipulation.
It's just physiology versus physics.
Yeah.
I can do the same things, just in different
Okay.
ways.
Okay. Allie's a vampire. Meanwhile, I can't mess this up. Robin is literally manipulating the molecular composition of things to alter their mass.
Mm-hmm. So it is manipulating the matter, not just how the laws that affect it. Okay.
Well, it's mass manipulation.
Nope, you said it. I figured it out. Knew it. I think knew it.
I don't know that's my justification for it.
Scientifically, if she is altering the mass, she is altering the atoms, because mass is something that cannot be changed. Weight can be changed depending on gravitational forces.
She just breaks the world.
Don't touch the plate.
Okay, I will not touch the plate.
My pinky, my finger got like slightly burned.
Go
in,
run it
like,
under
less
cold
than-
water.
It's fine. In like
Go run it under
we
cold
were
water.
It's fine. We
Don't
were
run it
getting
under cold
coffee.
water, run it under lukewarm
Yeah,
water.
he's right. Go do that. Go.
It's fine.
It's burned. Go run it
I
underwater.
probably don't have that many nerve endings left in these fingers anyway.
You
Go
make a
protect
fair
it.
point.
Go protect the ones you have. Run it under lukewarm water.
It's fine.
We are slowly burning off our fingertips so we can commit better crimes.
Correct.
It works from long range. Put it that way. It is a ranged weapon.
You okay?
Apologies to anyone watching the stream.
No apologies. Nobody's watching.
Yep.
And we're gonna cut it out of the VOD, so
Awesome.
F that. Now, of course, I go through and check it.
So, Koya and Jitsuko did some sketchy stuff.
Yep.
Koya stands by her decision.
Jitsuko doesn't necessarily she stands by why she made it, but she's not happy that she made it.
Yeah, looks like.
Koya, not always the best influence.
I don't know what you're talking about. She's doing great.
Dex, where can I find a knife for cake?
You don't. You just stick it in the middle of the table and you take it with a fork.
No.
Yes.
Do you want a proper cut things knife?
I need literally any utensil that will procure me a slice of cake.
A blade.
Go get a katana from upstairs.
Get to the buster katana.
Yes.
I've been staring at these cakes that have literally no utensils besides a large spoon.
The spoon is for after.
I don't doubt that. But I'm looking for the now, Thomas.
Spoon is for after. Guys, I wasted my third circle spell on a joke.
Yeah, you did.
Is that the burning up?
It's elemental aura. I've got more.
But that's what we'll go do.
You did that, and I was like, okay.
I had to know if I could cook it. And I can.
You can cook them individually, yes.
It's like the difference between a microwave and a proper oven.
I can't tell who you're throwing shade at.
Mom? The oven!
The oven.
Yep.
Luna, you've got to realize the amount of effort that I put into the food I bring here. I walk in and I say, "Who wants Domino's?"
I was gonna do the same thing tonight. But then there were 2 entrees provided.
Neither of which cooked.
We tried.
We did our best.
The potatoes are pretty fantastic.
And again, you tried harder than I did.
Mood.
You are at least top 5 in the room.
Yep.
But there's 6 of us.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes, Sarah. That is the bit.
Meaning that regardless of which of those top 5 she is, she's not in last. It's probably me.
No, it's the oven.
Yep, oven is last.
Alvin's not in the room.
Of course, not even ranked.
He's beyond rankings, Alexis.
I didn't place, it's fine.
He places the ranks.
Ready to jump back in?
Yes.
I'm gonna move this off the table.
We creep past the thingies.
Yeah. They never saw it coming.
Sweet!
You exit the square, which is where you had been before, where you found yourself when you met most of the people around you that aren't zombies trying to bite your face off.
Plus here.
And plus here. And walk up a small little staircase kind of thing. So, the type of thing where it's stairs, but it's not a full flight of stairs. And there are these statues, blocks, 3 of them, that stare at you with an unblinking eye, etched into the rock. And the path continues up into what looks like basically like a church. So, full-on big old doors, sloping ceilings. And you stand before the door of the Temple of Time.
Does your slate work on those rocks? Your thing?
I can try.
You look like you're gonna do a thing.
Yeah, that's why I'm looking at you.
No, I like the Temple of Time music.
Oh, you want the Temple of Time music? Okay.
I'm being picky.
Alright, let's see if I can find it. Give me Temple of
And if we change our
Time.
screen away from the break screen?
Yeah.
Oh, good call. Good call. Because, yeah, I think we were still on. Let's put that sweet artwork on. Yeah, look at that.
Look at that artwork.
The most important character in the bottom right.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so, rising up.
It's Thaddeus.
Yeah. Rising up,
Back on the street.
vaulted stone, massive doors, in this cathedral. Doors that remain shut. Your knock
14.
echoes.
Are there undead nearby? Because if so, I'm not gonna. Okay.
Well, that wouldn't affect. They can't hear you unless you poke them.
This door wasn't undead the entire
Oh
time!
god, mimics.
Open the door.
It opens, because that's how doors work. And you see the room in front of you, which is drawn out.
Ah,
You
yes
would-
it is.
You would be able to see this if there wasn't a figure standing in front of you.
Oh.
Robes,
Figure's large
It's the old
enough to
man.
block a
It's the old
30-foot
man.
ball.
It's the old man.
robes, hood hanging low over what you assume to be eyes. Nothing more to remark, because the robes basically hide it all, just standing there motionless.
Hello.
Alrighty, and Umara breezes past him.
Oh.
Poke woke him up. Everyone else goes around. Poke
Coin
wakes him up.
toss.
Yep.
Good luck, guys. I have a third one.
Wearing the mask.
It's just Poco and Jitsuko.
Yeah.
And as this figure wakes up, you see red eyes through the hood and locks of blonde hair coming down, but the face masked completely. I've been waiting for you a long time.
Who are you?
You may call me Sheik.
Koya turns around.
Umara by now has probably reached the thing that is very clearly for the 3 gems, and she's like, alright everybody, time to... Oh my god!
You are the ones from the prophecy, aren't you? Well,
Yes.
I know you are.
She's like slamming the Zora gem into this fucking circle thing. She's like, yep, we're the ones! It's us!
Can I roll to see if I recognize this person?
Knowledge local, because that's where you come from.
Yeah, I figured. I have ranks in that.
You don't know anyone with red eyes.
God damn it! Well, it was a 23.
You remember all the people you've met, and none of them had red eyes.
Oof.
Called yourself a sheep. Just checking.
Is it because they didn't stutter at the end of the name like everyone else does?
That's a fair point.
I trust you brought the 3 stones.
Yes.
Azumar still grinding one against this other rock, like, I don't know what you could possibly mean.
I mean, we have encountered them before. And this is Poco trying to discreetly say, who is this person? Should we tell him these things?
You woke him up.
Yeah.
See what a sense motion is.
I think I have one.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys have 2,
She
and
had,
I have the
Seer
third.
has Din's Pearl.
Yeah.
And mine's
So,
a bag of fish.
The 3 with help.
Mine wasn't a fishy bag.
So, Poco, go ahead and roll your bluff.
Them. So they're the ones who should go put.
A charisma scale.
I probably
So I
impose
get
a
a 7.
penalty.
I get a 7.
I'm next to Amara.
Amara and Sierra, like, we're so close, guys. We are at the precipice of eternity.
I'm just going to assume you've brought them, given that why would you be here if you haven't?
Why?
Well, it seemed like
We're
a place to figure out where we're supposed to go find pieces of a song that are guarded by dragons, at least one of which is dead.
By any chance, do you just know it? Can you just teach it to us?
That would be great.
The Song of Time.
And also, if you have the Ocarina of Time.
It's called the Song of Heroes.
That
Song of
one.
Heroes, thank you.
No, not the Song of
God.
Heroes. As far as the Song of Time, I know. I've been waiting here to guide you the rest of the way.
I would like to hear it.
Well, all in good time.
Ha!
The question is, which one of you is going to pull the sword?
Well, I know that it's not me right now because we're missing the third gem.
It's a little bit unprecedented that there's so many of you.
Well, there could be 4 more of us if you really wanted.
3 more.
3 more, you're right.
And then some variant number depending on how many Poco calls upon.
Correct.
True.
And an extra if we count the scorpion.
This is true.
Calls upon? Who do I call upon? Oh, yes, I know what you talk of. Okay. And Poco walks up and so it's been in the bag, but there was a ribbon I was given a long time ago by an NPC that is important to Poco, and so the pearl, as much as I've been joking about it being in the bag, it's wrapped in that ribbon.
So the ribbon is what's covered in fish.
Yes. And I undo that, and I gingerly try and reach the pedestal, but I need Jitsuko to help me.
I'll pick him up so he can send it.
And do we have all 3 in place?
Yeah.
Yes.
Save the game.
Who knows what's going to happen after this?
What? Great.
Best of luck. May the goddesses guide you.
Give us the song.
Do do do. I'm just adding that to my list of things I know.
And out from the sleeve, the voluminous sleeves of this youth standing near you, a bluish ocarina, an instrument with holes on it and
That looks
a little
correct.
instrument. And upon the final note, each of the 3 of the stones starts rising in its pedestal, light glimmering off of it as it shines with the brilliance it hadn't shown up until this point. These stone doors, you see, wobble, and a seam start to appear as they ever so slowly start to inch farther away.
Oh, Mara clambers in. She's so excited.
Door's not open.
Oh, but she's waiting. She's excited.
She's excited, but another feeling might take its place when the massive howl rocks
Fury!
the walls of the temple, echoing from wall to wall.
Is that a bad sign?
I cast mirror image. I'm just casting it, and I get 4 more of me.
From inside the robes, Sheik draws a bow. I'll hold whatever it is off as long as I can.
Jitsuko
To get the sword.
Stay safe.
Or actually,
I'd like
Howl.
to stay out with Sheik.
Okay. Sheik's right there.
For
Feel free to
specific-
place
for
everyone
specific reasons.
in
Poco does not want to go into this room.
And again, ever so slowly, those stone doors keep inching forward as one more howl shakes the foundations of this building.
The second she can, Umara's fingers are between the doors as she's trying to pry them faster and likely doing nothing.
held action. As soon as we actually enter into like an initiative, I'm going to cast on myself Stunning Barrier Greeter. As soon as it's like roll initiative, I'm just going to cast it.
Funny you should mention that.
Great! Look at that!
Because now you can see, in these clearly open doors, what is in front of you. And you've seen a beast like this before, but not the size that it is. Wolfos was the name of the beast that was wolfen in nature, but also it had larger arms to be more simian in the way it carried itself.
Oh,
This
yes.
one is the size of one of those ogres with shaggy fur that almost seems to be sharpened into points on it, slathering fangs and eyes that dart with an intelligence as opposed to just ferocity. And it fills the entryway. Roars one more time and lunges in.
2 for my initiative.
5.
I got a 22.
Yay.
I got a 12. 16.
I got a 15.
22, 16,
I thought you said
15.
for a second, and I was like, what the fuck?
I think
Koya,
improved initiative.
Seer, Mara, Dire Wolfos, and then anybody else after that.
Poco's at the very end.
So
What would you get?
I got a 2.
Okay, then yeah, I'm just before Poco.
let me get prop appropriate to the situation if I have it in the bag.
Here, 1 second circle. 1/3.
There we go. Perfect. Umara, the initiative goes to you.
I'm gonna take a wild guess. I can't fit through the door yet. Alright, so Umara's gonna turn, and it's pretty much just I've traveled across all of Hyrule, killed a variety of beasts, and this one will not stop me! 10, 15. Over Sheik. Braga! Braga! She's gonna land in front, trident in one hand. Psst. She instinctively reaches for a net with the other one, grabs a shield. Does a 24 hit it?
It's hard to tell.
What?
This combat's going to go a lot different than a lot of the
I'm
other ones.
terrified.
Oh goodness.
Things are going to be moving so fast that it's kind of going to be hard to tell what's happening. So I'm going to need what your HP, your maximum HP is.
I'm nervous.
For everyone?
Because you will not know how much damage you're taking.
I have 50
Oh,
health.
boy.
50? Okay. Sierra?
40.
Okay. Poco?
41.
Ooh.
Beefy sorcerer. It's my
Koya's
Koya?
24.
My
And then
con's 14.
Jitsuko.
Zuko is 40.
Okay. Cool.
Wow. We're pretty,
So go ahead and roll what damage would be.
I don't like the sound of that.
I do.
That's 5. Oh, sorry, 4.
Okay.
Not two-handed.
And do we want to change off this song for something a little more hype? Nice.
Nope.
Nice.
Things are happening too fast to figure out what the F is going on.
Cool.
And who's stacked
That's
up?
me. Form your image.
Ah, I gotcha.
Sierra, I believe it is you now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is this an animal?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, big doggy.
Okay.
Then I did 2 more damage.
Ranger, favored enemy.
Okay. I think for now, I think I'm just gonna attack it with my whip.
Mm-hmm.
Up to you.
Roll the hit first.
I do move into position
Sure.
because I'm quite far.
Make sure you hit.
Which one's the grey one? Plus 10 this one.
Make sure you hit.
And I think that's within range of it.
Yeah.
Everything I can.
25.
Okay. And then roll what the damage would be.
I do, but because of the way I flavor Poco's magic, I don't. If I were aware
10
of
maximum.
the arrow,
Nice!
I would absolutely do it.
Hell
And then you get it, but I'm up here.
Say it again?
Sword
10.
drum.
That was there we go. Okay. Next is Koya.
Okay. Koya is going to move to be at an angle and fire the ancient arrow at this thing. My singular ancient arrow. 20 not nat to hit.
It sails in there. Otherwise, it's hard to tell what's going on.
And given that I've had the skull mask on this entire time, does it count as sneak attack?
Roll what the damage would be
It with sneak?
if you had sneak. Yeah.
Got it.
Roll what the damage would be.
Okay, just clarify.
Just basically what's going to happen is everyone roll
I
what your
figured.
maximum damage would be.
Ignoring the arrow, because that's...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Roll what your maximum damage would be.
Okay.
It doesn't disappear.
Okay. 2, 4, 6. 10.
10 plus whatever the ancient does.
Yep.
Well, the engineer was just supposed to kill it.
That was the goal.
That is...
That's usually the goal when we hit things, is to kill it. Oh.
Feeling some feelings.
Okay. So, claws lash out. Umara, you started here. You find yourself there.
You ugly motherfucker!
Same here. And in its jaws, it picks up that figure.
I don't know this
In
chic
the
person.
It moved me? I'm double checking. Did you move my figure? Or did...
Nope.
Okay, Sheik's moved back.
Mm-hmm.
Cool,
I
thank
got
you.
hella moved.
And
Actually,
and a
there's...
flash of claws and teeth. And now a turnover goes to 5 now 4. Those two.
Shows this
Plus
thing
1
a
plus
flash.
3.
How much? Like, is it taking up only a 5-foot square? Or is it taking up 10?
It's a large creature.
Large
Okay.
creature.
He's a big boy.
So yes, 10 feet.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Thank you. All right, then this will work and only encapsulate him. And unfortunately, the Sheik doesn't start to smell funny yet.
It's hard to tell.
Sheik, it's Sheik.
Just assume this battle is gonna be kind of...
It's gonna
Wonky.
be smelly. It's gonna be murky and strange.
Basically, like, I toyed with the idea of putting a time limit on turns. Like, actually deciding in 6 seconds. So you...
Cool, because I'm gonna move close enough so I think I am. I'm gonna be certain I'm close enough for this. I cast Soundburst on this thing, and since it's taking up 10 square feet, I can do that. It does get a Fortitude partial.
To negate the stun effect.
Yes, to negate the stun effect. On this specific one, where is my sound? Where did you go? DC 16. Where's my D8?
I never rolled Sheik's initiative.
And nope, that was the wrong one. That's a D10. I was like, wow, 10 points and a D8. 2 points of damage.
Okay. Poco.
Poco enlarges. And if that doesn't provoke opportunity, then...
It does.
Okay. So I fail the enlarge, I take whatever damage he's doing, and because of my...
Let's roll to see what your concentration check would be.
Oh, yeah. So theoretically, I will still roll this.
So, basically, the claw not only digs into you, but also surrounds you. So
Does it actually hit me?
Yeah.
Mirror image concealment still hits me. Okay. So the concentration check, I get a total of 22.
You need to beat both damage and the fact that it surrounds you and grapples you.
It's grappling me.
That's how it moved those two out of the way.
It's a wolf.
Okay. Well, 22 was the concentration. I don't know, because time is nebulous here, when the grapple happens in that sequence.
What's the minimum amount of damage to disrupt the spell?
No, it's the... Okay, so...
Basically, for you to pass this check, because you have to do 10 plus spell level plus damage as your DC.
Well, no, I
for a concentration check.
Spell level is 1, so theoretically he would have had to hit me for 11 points of damage for me to fail the spell.
Spell doesn't activate.
Okay, so in lieu of that, Karmic Blood and Fate's Retribution. So Fate's Retribution, he's going to make a DC 15 will save.
Okay.
If he fails, use -2 attack and damage for that someone for 3 rounds.
Okay.
And then Karmic Blood is when I fail a spell due to an attack opportunity, I attack opportunity back.
Okay. Roll what your damage would be.
Okay. D8. 8 plus 9 is 8 plus
17.
11 is 19.
Oh, 19.
Yeah. 19 points of magical slashing, and I'm grappled now?
Those
Okay.
claws are around you.
Falco's grappled.
One single claw. Big boy. Churanoda goes back up to the top.
Okay. Umara puts away her shield, pulls out her short sword, and I'm going to lunge so I can get 3 attacks on this guy. Do you even want me to roll to hit, or do you just want me to roll to hit?
You do have to roll to hit.
Okay. That is a 24. That is a 22. And that is a 21.
Nice. Go ahead and give me the maximum, or the...
That's 9, 4, 5. So a grand total of 18.
Cool. As in a fury, Umar slashes again and again at this apparition. This wolf.
I don't like that we're calling it an apparition.
It's moving very quickly.
And it's hard to tell how much your blades actually dig into the creature's flesh. There seems to be a lot of red flying around, a lot of red mist. But you don't know if that's coming from you, coming from it, or coming from the thing in its jaws.
There's a 2 out of 3 chance that I'm fine.
I forgot to roll Sheik's initiative. Sheik would have been second after you, and all that he can manage... See if he can break that.
Sheik's a boy.
Yeah.
He struggles but is unable to break free in a strangled cry of the sword. Someone get the sword!
Is the door open?
As far as it is, to the point where someone could squeeze through. But squeezing through does reduce your AC while you're squeezing through it.
Scorpion.
The hero of all heroes.
I would
just
not be okay with that. Believe me, the scorpion will not be able to lift the sword out of the pedestal.
It's true.
See our worst case scenario, you retrieve the sword, you bring it back.
Yeah,
Yeah, you stab more things.
I'm going for the door.
We need anything at this
Yeah.
point.
Okay. That's 30. Can I double move and get through the door?
You can basically get to about there.
Okay.
So barely inside.
Like right there.
So hopefully this thing doesn't have any projectiles.
Did it?
That
We'll
means
find out.
the way he phrased that sentence means it does.
It means we'll find out, and he is keeping dramatic tension going.
Koya, turn is now yours.
Koya is going to fire a shock arrow. Yeah. No. Koya is going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And try to get Sheik out of its mouth. I'm guessing that'll be a combat maneuver?
Yeah. Roll a disarm.
Disarm?
Yeah, roll a disarm.
It's using Sheik as a weapon.
So is that CMB?
CMB. Correct.
Got it. Oh, that's shit.
Yep.
Even mine's not that great.
12, I tried.
Mm-hmm. You did.
That's my turn.
Mm-hmm. And so now you are much closer and able to see the flurry of motion that is this entire beast. As Poco, you can see those claws cinch inward, and you've never felt, like, as far as, I want to say that you've never felt claws like this, so
That's
it's hard to tell, like, how sharp they are as they close inward and you are flung, again, 10 feet away.
So properly thrown.
Properly dispensed of. Same thing. This has to roll a hit. What's your AC?
AC is 15.
Okay. Koya is the same thing, where you see a claw, and you see it close around you, and then you are dispensed, again, another 10 feet in that direction, still unsure of all the things that were happening in a cloud of red mist, as the fangs bite down, and yet more red. Tornado goes to Jitsuko.
I'm gonna travel upwards and use the diagonal as my 30 feet. So that way, with the intent, I'm going to channel energy, half to harm and half to heal. Half against evil undead, snot nose, whatever the hex, and half to fix people.
Okay.
9.
So 4 and 5.
Mm-hmm.
Let's hit everyone but you. So 4 and 5 are the heals?
4 to harm, 5 to heal.
Okay. So I got those. There's no discernible reaction from the creature to your channel. Though, as far as you can see, some of the images ripple, and your allies look to be somewhat assured by your presence. Turner goes to Poco.
Yeah, somewhere above it.
Poco, he, I thought I knew what I was gonna do, and then I wasn't grappled anymore. Yeah, I'm just running right back up.
Mm-hmm.
And I am going to swing at it.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's all Poco knows what to do right now. That would be,
I'm not even gonna write that down.
Okay.
Unless you had True Strike up.
No, it was an 11 to hit.
Turnover goes back to the top of the order.
I'm going to take a 5-foot step, and I'm still a flurry of metal and
flanking. And flanking.
Yes. So this is going to be 16 to hit, then 18 to hit, then that one's like a 10.
Give me 2 of those. What the damage would be.
That is 8 and 4, so 12 total.
Okay. No words escape as Sheik struggles to break free. And continues to hang limply in his teeth. Tornado goes to Seer.
I'm going towards the sword. How are these stairs?
You walk up them.
Okay, I didn't know.
I'm not making them difficult terrain.
Okay, cool.
They're pretty easy. Description, at least of this platform, there are stained glass windows and light, a single beam of light that illuminates a spot where this sword sleeps in its pedestal. Think like Sword in the Stone type stuff. The blade shines white. The hilt, hard to tell whether it's a dark blue or a dark purple. Because I'm pretty sure they changed the design on me a couple times.
I'm not gonna be able to Excalibur this bitch.
Not with that attitude.
Yeah.
You gotta try first.
Yeah. Okay. Can I try?
You
This
can always
turn?
try things.
Okay. I'm trying to pull the sword out.
Okay, what's your alignment?
Oh. Okay. It's chaotic neutral.
You lay hands on the sword. You can attempt to pull.
Okay. I'm gonna attempt to pull. I do not.
It's weird. It's almost like the sword doesn't recognize you. Or doesn't want to cooperate with you. Thankfully, it's not a chicken, though.
Hey, the chicken and I were friends.
Turnover goes to Koya.
Koya's gonna use that sweet flanking and adamantium dagger slash at this bitch. Oof.
That one?
Yeah, you
That
know.
one.
You
Natty
just
one.
know. You just know that didn't. You could feel it.
Mm-hmm. She's looking for the vital parts and it's moving too fast to find any.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to aim for arteries and shit.
Okay. So you get one of those. And both of you find it hard to stay upright.
Can I make any sort of check to try and alleviate the direction of that toss? To alter it? Or is it too quick?
What could you do?
I have a
What do you
deck
think you
leaf
could do?
in my bag.
You could attempt to get the Deku Leaf out while you're in the air.
Yeah.
So you could try.
Yeah.
Give me a dex check.
This is the thing. Poco's got nothing in, so that's a straight 10.
So you're able to, like, almost partially dislodge it from your bag. The problem is you're trying to do this while flying through the air.
Okay.
And after one last bite, drops. Turn order goes to Jitsuko.
I don't know that you failed, but all I see is red mist, so I'm going to channel energy this time just to straight up
Heal.
heal. Seven and 4 gets me 12.
We're all stressed.
As far as... Is everyone in range of that?
I'm technically still hovering
above
above him.
Yeah, she's like right there.
As far
So
as
they
that,
would be.
that reassuring light makes it easier to find the strength in your legs again for both Koya and Poco.
Yeah.
And it seems that Sheik is stirring a little bit more than he was a second ago as well.
It is my turn, correct?
Mhm.
Damn my tiny legs. 5, 10, 15. How tall is this? Is it
Taller
something?
than you.
Yep.
He's a
okay,
medium-sized
so
creature now. No, that spell failed.
5, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Running around it.
Top of the order.
A hero never rests. I drop the trident. I draw the sword of 4. I draw so many dice now. Okay, so let me do really quick math. So that is an animal. So I get a +2. I'm not flanking, so I don't get that +2.
You can flank. Well, where do the 4 appear? The 3, rather.
I'm flanking with the other Umaras. Fuck yeah, so I do get a +2 from that.
The other Umaras do not appear on the other side. You can't make them appear on the
They
other
would
side.
5
of the
foot
picture.
step. We're strategic. So, it'd be...
You still... So, if they...
I'll ignore that bonus then, okay.
If they appear
I have to
on
roll
the
too many
line-
dice! That's a +9, so 20. That's a +9, so 15. That's a +9, so 26. That's a +9, so 19. How many of those hit?
Roll them all.
Okay, next attack. That's a 15. That's a 16. That's a 14. And that's a 12. Do any of those hit?
Give me 2 of those.
Okay.
So 6 total.
And that's a 12. That's a 4. That's a 19. And that's a natural 20. Does a 13 confirm a critical?
Give me... Obviously 2 of those hit.
Okay.
But not a confirm.
So
Okay.
8.
So 4, 2, 2. It's important because my weapons do different damage. So 5, 7, 4, 4, 2, 4, 6,
32,
9.
41.
41 damage from Umara Quad. And that's my whole turn. Umara Squad.
That would be the running total if those hit. Turn order goes to Sierra,
I'm going to slowly pull out D12s to symbolize the other Umaras.
who's holding a sword that seems like a lifeless hunk of metal at best, and a unwilling participant at worst.
I'm going to ask the sword kindly, please help me save my friends.
How?
Just like that. And I'm going to keep pulling.
Okay. Roll a charisma check.
Oh no.
Use magic device if you want to.
Oh no. Okay.
Either of those two is acceptable.
It's the same.
Not 20.
Not 20, but I have a -1.
So
You hear a voice from the other end. Not what I expected. Before. As you hold aloft, the blade of evil's bane catches the light, shines a bright white, and disappears in your hands as everything goes white. For you, and you. And we can continue there. Unless you want to cap it there for tonight.
Fuck! No!
Everything goes white, and at least where do we end up?
Yeah, I need a minor resolution.
I need to at least know where we end up.
Depends on whether you want to continue tonight or not.
We're going on.
do! The DS does not run out of battery here. We keep going. It's plugged into the wall.
Everyone get your character sheets out.
It's already out.
It's out.
Ta-da!
Okay, take your dice back.
Oh, I have a lot of
Flick
those.
me at me.
Flick me at me. And the nat 20 that saved us.
Oh my god.
Sweet goodness.
We take those.
We do. We do. That's the
I respect the fuck
That's the story saying, okay.
That's the dice.
That's Sierra
So,
calling us her
everyone-
friends for the first time.
Everyone has their character sheet.
everyone has character sheet. Gonna need to borrow someone's pencil in a second.
Probably.
Again.
I have a feeling I understand what's about to happen.
I'm nervous.
Because I understand the Pathfinder rules very intimately, but I could be super wrong.
Maybe.
I know I'm nervous.
As the white fades out, your eyes kind of come into focus again. Everything seems very, very bright. Yet, at the same time, at least for you, it's a little dimmer than you're used to seeing.
What?
As you hold your hands in front of your face, you don't see feathers. And Poco's wearing glasses. The clothing, Umara's conspicuously lacking armor.
I'm concerned.
What is that
Umar's
piece
naked.
of cloth that she's wearing around her neck of the various shades of blue? You can't even call her a little she at this point.
Rude and
There's
disrespectful.
still whiskers. It's fine.
Set your character sheets aside.
Mm-hmm. He wasn't joking. He's busting out the switch and we're fighting again.
So, we'll lay those out actually in a second. So you're in a bit of a...
For the VOD, it's us. The player characters are the players now. They don't have the visuals.
This is true.
Very true, very true. And the place is very featureless. Very clean, very
Baron.
very barren, very sterile is a good word for it. All that's left in front of you seems to be a platform. You can kind of see a door to your left and a platform with panels, it looks to be, on it. And those panels are thus.
What's one of these? Is it? No. Oh goodness.
Oh. Hang on.
So you have a panel in front of you with what look to be 9 segments, though one of them remains empty.
Can we move these at will?
Oh, it's one of those.
Oh
I
god,
hate these
I'm
puzzles.
terrible at these.
You can try.
Oh, I hate
Well,
these.
the good news
Mhm.
is that that's gonna have to go there.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily. This one might have to go down.
God damn it. At least that is.
Hold on. Did we hear an audible change in the room?
Not in the room, but just you heard a
Okay.
sound of stone on stone that shakes us to the foundation.
Guys, I get to use Thomas instead of Poco here.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Because,
Because Sarah's.
Court and Umara possess the same puzzle-solving skills, and they are terrible.
It is unfortunate for Sierra.
Mind
Tell
if
me
I-
Alexis is.
okay. This is going to connect that to that. That much I see. This is going to go. Potentially, that's our out.
Do we need an
No, see,
out?
I would see this one connecting this piece. And
VOD
this
viewers,
maybe?
this, if you've played Skyward Sword, this is the final level and the map of that.
Is there a reset button on this?
It doesn't look like it. We're just gonna fucking this puzzle up.
Mm-hmm. That's how these puzzles.
The only thing that I know is if we're trying to connect all the ins and the outs, we can only tell where things shouldn't go.
Cannot move this one. This one does not move when you try to slide.
Stays there.
Okay.
Okay, so that's our entrance.
Okay. That's a help.
There's no logical step for where that should go if we're trying.
This one doesn't make any sense anywhere.
No.
I
At least not.
can't rotate it, can we?
No.
Okay. Had to double check.
Mm-hmm.
That can go under that. Because that has an
Oh,
entrance.
over here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I need to get this one into the middle.
Mm-hmm.
This one's gonna go here. This is gonna be the middle. This, I think we're wrong about something. These don't connect. These
Unless
don't.
that one no. Ooh.
This one only connects to this one, but these ones need a left facing, and the only left facing is this one.
Well, we don't have this is the only other right facing thing though.
I know, I'm saying this only connects to this or this.
I feel like I would be better at this if I were looking at this on my iPhone.
That's fair. Well, this can go here or here. These two could theoretically slide up.
Yeah.
So, the thing is, because there's no more going left, these are absolutely here or here.
Yeah.
It's a matter of, we know they need to get there, it's getting them there with everything else in place. Which I think means this has to go here.
That one has to go there.
That has to go there, that has to go...
What if we play this like Pac-Man?
How
What
so?
if, let's say, what if that piece was right here, then it would just connect all the way through here?
In which case, this is the only loose end. But that's definitely an interesting thought.
We just don't have enough pieces to match them all up, is the thing.
We do. We do. There is an actual... and we can only, as it were, slide. We can't flip, we can't adjust. Okay.
The only transformation available to you is translation.
Cool. Just double checking. Real world puzzles are always tough.
This is the rage I felt the first time I saw this in game.
What goes there?
The only
Does
pieces
this
that
one
can
go here
connect
maybe
with
the
the
thing
edge
is?
of that run off the
But
map.
then nothing connects to this. Is this just a fake? This isn't a piece that's important?
Those move down and that is there?
Do you mind if I mark these stacks?
Don't know if that is... I thought it was a very well-working pencil, and I think I was wrong.
Okay, I've got a pencil, so with your permission I will mark them?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to mark this.
I thought that was a pen
Number
for a
1,
second.
Okay.
it has to match up to one of those. They're the only two that fit.
Unless the Pac-Man thing is true, this one has to
Technically,
go here.
it could fit to this one, even though we've already sorted that. But technically speaking,
Those are the number 1 connections. There are 5 of them.
5 options.
No, there are 5.
this could technically connect to either of these. I don't know why we'd send a loop spiraling down out unless it's
No, there
way out.
are 6 because
Yeah.
side as well.
Yeah.
Because if one of these is the out,
Okay,
that might be
I'm then
the
going to
escape.
call left-facing ones 2s for clarity, and right-facing ones 1. A 1 has to meet a 2. There's 3 2s, 3 1s. Because I think I see how it has to fit. Getting it there is very complex for me. Okay, I'm going to play with an idea in my head. Don't mind me.
Okay. While you're playing with that, I'm going to play with the Pac-Man idea.
No, that's what I'm playing with right now.
Mm-hmm.
That would theoretically close that loop if it were a Pac-Man, except for that guy, which would hit a dead end.
Mm-hmm.
Theoretical, where it currently is, we have... Oh, never mind.
Sorry.
That's okay.
It was just, that can slide down there.
Yes. Under the theoretical, then that would go there. And under the theoretical, that would go there. This would go here. I would switch the 6 and the 4.
Very puzzling.
Yes, who are you?
That's not her voice.
Who are you?
Call me Raru.
Oh, rar.
That's
Rawr.
just a sound.
Yeah, that is just a
Raru.
sound.
Oh, everything's a
Raru.
sound.
Raru.
Maru?
Yeah. What brings you to the Sacred Realm?
We have no idea.
Saving,
Hyrule?
Hyrule? We were.
Yeah. Trying to.
Gonna take the trials?
Sure.
Yes?
Mm.
Does that save Hyrule?
That's the goal? I think.
Yeah.
I imagine there are trials. We've been through plenty.
No, I mean the 3 trials. Like you're looking at where they are.
I thought so.
Yeah.
No, that was my idea, is this won't move. What's the shape of the room we're in right now?
It's You look behind you, like that's one door, and then to our left, that's another door. It's a very like right angle hallway we're in.
So this one.
Or number 5.
This is the only one that won't move. So, new idea.
That gets annoying.
Wait, if we do that,
Hold on.
can I do I
Check the door. Yeah,
I was
go
gonna
check
say
the
if
door.
I go check the door,
That's what I thought was
and
going to be the case
look
with this in the
through.
beginning, but what's through that door?
what's through the door now? Can I open the door?
Yeah,
Do I see a thing?
you do. Let's
I
see
thought
what's
so.
the thing.
I thought so.
Cool.
Oh dear.
Looks like the inside of a fish.
Gosh, dang it!
I thought this would potentially
Mara,
be it.
this one's yours. I think.
I don't
That
know.
looks familiar.
Yeah.
I mean, not to me, but you been somewhere like that?
Yes.
All of us.
That's how Mara got engaged.
I think that's your first trial.
Sitting through a Mars engagement?
I saved,
No, it was
I
the
saved
most
the game.
precious
How?
thing. I would sit
Okay.
through that again.
Time to go. Let's go in.
Let's go into the first trial.
And so, to call this a physical space might be a little bit misleading. Because as you walk, the scenes kind of change and morph each step, taking you down a different memory. Whether it be the waterfall and how you had attempted to grab a heart piece that wasn't really a heart piece. Or Octoroks flinging rocks at you as Mara darts underwater and punches him right in the face. To the inner workings, inner sanctums of the Zoroana, to the inside of a fish. Leading up to one single pedestal. Which reacts. Reacts when Koya steps on it. And words become known to you. It's not really written. It's not really spoken. The trial of Din. Whether you bring yourself up or push the world down, these make you stronger over time. Drop and give me 20.
God damn it, I was sitting on my foot too.
You mean that thing that he tells you not to do?
Yeah, exactly. I was doing
So
that.
it's my fault.
So
I'm
it's
teasing.
not my fault.
Slacking on your duties.
1, 2,
You heard that
3,
elbow pop?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Dax's idea with this campaign was just to get us fit. 12,
I wouldn't put it past
13,
Lily needs to stop serving
14,
cake.
15, 16, 17,
18, 19, 20.
What
Well
a
done,
trooper.
my
Take
dear.
20,
Not my
dear.
best,
Well done.
but
Take 20. You got it.
done worse.
As the triple triangle erupts in a red flame. A red flame that dwells within you, absorbs into your very skin. Doesn't hurt.
Immersive.
And let's
Okay.
mark that one out as that one is cached.
It's checked.
Okay, got it?
Yep.
Cool.
Now it's double checked, I guess.
Yep. Doesn't move.
Color it.
It doesn't
Because
move.
we're standing in it.
Get to this room.
Mm-hmm.
Move back.
Hold on. In this room.
Mm-hmm.
Can I move this?
There's no pedestal.
Okay,
for it.
yeah. So in this room.
Mhm.
Can I move this?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so.
As you return to that room, it's more memories of the Zoroana in there. Aquatic friends. People who are more than friends to some of you. People who are bold and just keep shouting, "Enter the lake!" at every call.
Everything moving again?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and keep describing while I set this up.
That should be enough.
Mm-hmm.
I love where we're playing that we don't get to talk while doing this.
No, it's just focus.
Think of the things.
Ooh, and then If we can get that over there, we could just like keep going.
I doubt we're gonna do that.
I'm too dumb to do that. Let's be real, guys.
What? Why are you doing
That's a mood.
What are you?
You just did it. Move back.
Mm-hmm.
Back. Okay, so... And then just move this... No. Oh, this one we already did.
Yeah, but we can go through it.
Oh, then let's
do it.
do it.
I was trying to set us up for that.
Let's do that.
Okay.
So since everybody gets kind of the feel for how this dungeon works, if you want to call it a dungeon.
Yes.
Yes.
This next room that you enter, the one with the kind of the T-junction, open air, smells rustic. Horses, riding, a song in the breeze. The joyful mooing of cows, and a small family, red-haired, tending to the animals. This room you've already been in, more memories of fish and fish people. And as you enter this one, you instinctively shiver, just because last time you were here it was extremely cold. The mount... The slopes stretch out and you can see for miles on the snow-covered ground as above you sits an enormous dragon just looking through you, and you're flanked by two bird children. Outflanked!
Two small bird children.
Two small bird children.
Do they recognize, do they like see us? Or do they just existing?
Don't seem to react to you. The Triforce mark does react to you, though.
Oh dear.
As it erupts in blue light as you step foot on it. And again, words are made known to you.
Mm-hmm.
Not so much spoken, not so much written. There is a vast river. A cabbage, a rabbit,
One of these.
and a fox are on one side of the river.
It's the cabbage rabbit fox. Okay.
You have a boat. You may take one over at a time.
Oh.
If you leave the cabbage with the rabbit,
The
rabbit will
eat
surely eat the cabbage.
The fox will eat the rabbit,
and you need to get all three
and I gotta get all
safely.
three over.
It's one of these. It's one of these.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I know how these work, and I can remember exactly how they work and how to do it quick, easy.
I'm gonna leave it to you because this is your trial.
Yep. Yeah. It's your trial.
This is
You
the first
don't-
puzzle I've understood in so long.
No, this is the one I know.
You don't actually have to solo these, you know.
Oh. I
Okay, well, that will
I
be
can
good.
give you the solution.
You can, but
We could have split her push.
Like,
Yeah,
I've done this
you
puzzle
could've.
before, and I just, because you just,
I don't mind.
I'm just trying to remember which one you, like, carry over first, so it doesn't
The
necessarily...
one in the middle.
The one in the middle.
Yeah.
The one that's
rabbit.
affected by both variables.
So the rabbit,
Yeah,
comes
you take
out
the,
first.
You take the rabbit over, you leave the rabbit, you go back,
You grab
Rabbit.
one of the others, take it back, grab. Mm-hmm.
So take the rabbit over the river, leave the rabbit behind, go over. I'm going to,
Either one.
Either.
grab the cabbage, take the cabbage over, leave the cabbage, take the rabbit back with me, put the rabbit down, take the fox, leave the fox with the cabbage because it's not going to care about the cabbage, go back for the rabbit, bring the rabbit back.
okay. Now slow down. Give it to me again, but this time without talking real fast.
Sorry.
Because I thought you were thinking out loud, and then I realized, wait, she's doing the puzzle. Crap. I missed it.
Sorry. Okay, I'm going to take the rabbit over the river, leave the rabbit sitting, chilling on the grass, go back to where the cabbage and the fox are, take the cabbage with me, go over the river, set the cabbage down, pick the rabbit up, stick it back in the boat, go back to where the fox is, take the fox, put the rabbit back on the grass, take the fox with me, leave the fox with the cabbage, because it doesn't care about the cabbage, then go back for the rabbit.
I identify with the fox, by the way. And as you bring the rabbit back and lay it in its spot, a flame, blue in color, erupts from the pedestal.
Don't know if I deserve this. Don't know if I deserve this, but okay.
Where you think you should be burning and this should be very painful, it's actually feels like absolutely nothing as the flame kind of sucks into your body. And you feel absolutely no different than you did before.
Yeah, don't know.
Let's check that one off.
Yep.
Trial of wisdom.
And then that was Jitsu. Okay, I have the final layout we need to get to get to that last room. We just have to get to it.
Mm-hmm. I'm assuming you went back to the corner room
Yes.
to do this.
Yes. No, we break your game, Dax.
Back in
clip to the
Soviet
wall.
Russia, game breaks you.
We clip to the wall and do a speed run.
Two doesn't matter. Two can go in one of three places, but the 4 has to get into the middle. Okay, but I can't get the 4 in the middle. I have to get the 5 up there first. Which means the 6 is the last piece to move into place. Damn it, I'm 1 off. These need to switch. No.
No, he's there. You got it.
There we go.
So let's see. You've gone from memories of the Zorowana to memories of the ranch.
Oh, that's not even the solution that I wrote down.
You know what? It works.
4, as you walk, you feel water lapping at your ankles, growing deeper and deeper as you're wading through a magnificent lake. Filled with things that never should have happened.
You mean floating over a magnificent lake, am I right, Poco?
Going into the upper bend, flooded with memories of a quaint little village at the foot of a mountain. Filled with people's hopes, dreams, and secrets. And one giant pompadour. As you round the bend, the cobblestone heralds your return to a castle town before it was ransacked. Filled with people, smiling and playing games. Making fun of each other because that's how it do.
Mm-hmm. That same couple spinning.
Same couple just spinning in place. And one Gerudo looking on, feeling out of place. And as you enter the final chamber that you've seen at least, the forest beckons you forward. Verdant life on either side, flowers, and a grand tree with the face of an old man looking down, very much alive in the memory. And as Umara steps on the pedestal, it erupts in a greenish light. As you no longer feel in the same chamber. A hallway stretches out in front of you. This is all of you, by the way, not just her.
Mm-hmm.
And a very thin walkway. We'll just call it 5 feet width. Alternating white, black, every 5 feet. And on either side, statues with bows raised, knocking arrows. And far off in the distance looks to be a pedestal. No words are made known to you.
I think that one's yours, Poco.
No, I don't.
It's always been Hylia for Poco.
I'm not a part of the 3.
Green's always been
Umara.
Furor. That's Umara. That's you.
And that's my pedestal. I already stood on it.
I think it's over there.
Well, yeah, but they're waiting for the trial part. I think this is
This is the
part.
trial.
Yeah,
This is, yeah.
but I don't want you shot.
Well, then I'll go. But it is worth noting that this is the god of what again, Umara?
Courage.
Mm-hmm.
So do you just stare down the people with the bows?
That's not courage.
You just walk forward calmly?
You just walk forward.
You just walk forward. That's all courage is.
Walk into danger despite your fear. Well, Amara?
Doesn't leave with much of a choice. I'll go step on another pedestal.
Do you wish someone to walk with you? Or does that defeat the purpose of the trial? Because I'll walk with you.
As will I.
Mm-hmm.
Likewise.
go.
Alright.
I'll step onto the first.
First, which color tile?
What's the first
The
choice?
first one.
First one's white.
Then we all step on the white tile.
Nothing happens.
We all step on the next black tile.
An arrow sails right in the center of the tile as your foot hits the beginning of it.
So do we jump? Do we fling each other?
We walk in a line.
Let's.
Proper formation.
Okay.
The next tile just got shot, and I think
In the very center.
we just keep going.
I think we have to
Just walk around it.
No, I think we
No.
just keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
hop.
I don't even think we have to hop.
Just walk with me.
Just keep going.
Okay.
Just
We walk with you.
So, as you are continuing forward, the white spaces get thinner and thinner, and the black spaces get larger and larger as more and more statues, not that they appear, but as you keep walking down this absurdly long hallway, as the farther you go, the more statues there are, and the closer and closer that arrow gets towards hitting the person who steps in front. And when the white finally disappears, you are left with a corridor that is all black. And statues that are shoulder by shoulder, not just knocking arrows and pointing upward, but knocking arrows pointing forward.
And I continue.
mm-hmm.
These don't fire.
Dick move. Dick move.
Wonderful
Susan.
timing soundtrack.
Oh,
You can fire, but something appears from the
Rude.
ground.
rude.
As you continue down the hallway, not harassed by monsters, the black floor underneath your feet gradually fades back into white as you're brought up to a pedestal. And as you set foot, when it finally hits pearly white once more, that very same insignia where you just left, a green flame erupts from the ground, wrapping around your body and absorbing in, leaving you no different, feeling no different than what you were before.
Well, the real question is getting back. This always seems confusing.
It's exactly what we just did in reverse.
Yeah, we just have to walk.
Well, you've gotten the approval of the three sisters, but
There is one left to gain approval from before we can let you go.
Hi, Leah.
Mm-hmm. Test of Hylia. Your clues. Now, these belong in order.
The one thing to note is that what's written on them is the opposite of the word you need.
And you got 2 minutes.
Okay.
You're joking. Never gonna give you up.
It's
20 seconds.
It's an inside joke with the sages, sorry. The real test.
I saw it coming from the first word was always.
Yep. The real test. I want a piece of you. You need to leave a piece of yourself here. Nothing is gained without sacrifice. Well, which one?
Which
Me.
one?
Which one of you are going to leave a piece of yourself here?
It's me.
And what do you offer?
My old soul.
It was always the idea. Was exactly what you said would be what I left.
Well, what are you leaving me?
You only want a part, and that's the difficulty.
Mm-hmm.
The final hiding place was always going to be here. But now they all know, so I guess I can't hide here and I have to find something else. So I just have to give you a piece of me.
Mm-hmm.
And I take off the Master Sword.
You don't have anything on
Okay.
your back. But you need those. Your soul needs those. Somewhere in this world, there is something that is everything that you've ever been and ever will be. And I want a piece of that.
You have paper?
Not on me.
My name, then.
What will you go by?
Can any of us leave the thing?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever titles people might call me, whatever names others give to me. Yep, I was gonna do that, and you beat me to it.
Oh dear. Okay.
May Hylia's blessing be on you. And your vision whites out once more. As you find yourself back in the Temple of Time, with not just Sierre standing at the pedestal of the Master Sword, but all of you standing around the pedestal of the Master Sword. You've taken no damage. You've not lost a single arrow. As the three flames erupt, the flame of Nehru from Jitsuko flying towards Poco's sword, the flame of Furor from Umara going towards Poco's sword, and the flame of Din from Koya to Poco's sword, as Poco's sword achieves its true form of the Master Sword. I think that might be a good place to end it off.
Save. We don't do that without saving. You beat me to it by seconds, Court.
I gave up my swim score for you.
I was literally like, well, I don't know if I can physically give him my character sheet, but that's what I want to do. And then you did, and I was like, I guess that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I was thinking that you were going to give your seed.
No, I don't have my, Thomas doesn't have Poco's seed. I was ready to fold this in half and neatly hand him Poco's name, because Poco's name is also a big part of his character.
Mm-hmm.
Before we save, there's a voice that three of you hear.
What's three?
The glowing ones.
Master, it is good to finally work for you. You three.
Oh.
There are three of us on this side.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
And I believe that might be
No!
Save!
to leave it off for the night.
Save.
Sarah's not okay with that sentence.
High five.
Sarah's not okay with that sentence.
Oh, I am so happy.
I knew what this was as soon as I saw. I counted them as they dropped because I've seen the opposites before, and I was like, okay, I have to check one word.
This game is meant to be memes. I had to get the meme in.
Always.
Yep.
Oh,
And mean.
that moved fast. You guys moved fast.
Huh?
That felt good.
I don't think so. I think he keeps that separate and refers to it sometimes. I don't know.
Can I still swim? The world may never know.
Thank you.
I have many questions and very few answers.
We're all in the same thing here.
That's what I like for it.
Okay with that.
And now we have
Sentence.
the outro screen.
Oops, let me go upside down.
For any of you who were watching either live or on the VOD, thank you for joining us through our sojourn through the Sacred Realm. The Master Sword has finally been pulled and selected those who shall be able to wield it. Next week...
Oh.
Next week... Next week we return to our Sailor Moon parody campaign, Hagane no Gaidan. And in 2 weeks we'll be back to see just how this party deals with the fact that they have a legendary weapon in their midst. So, thank you for watching. This has been FlavorText with our flavored D&D campaigns.
Flavor this week was Legend of Zelda, and next week it is Magical Girls.
Again, thank you for joining us, and we hope to see you next week.